Welcome back to the Field in Pflugerville, Texas. If you thought last week's exhibition games gave you a taste of summer football, buckle up because the preseason is officially over. The training wheels are off and the regular season of the Continental Football League is officially underway. I'm here, Wendy Young, with my broadcast partner, Gabe Fadias. And Gabe, the wait's over.
It is, and the wait was kind of sort of over last week when we kind of got a taste, if you will. We got an appetizer.
Yep.
You know, we got the riblets. We didn't get the ribs. We got the riblets last week, if you will.
Yeah.
Big win for the Syndicate last week against the Arkansas Nighthawks. Big win for the San Antonio Toros against a Tennessee team last week. Both teams uber talented on both sides of the football. I'm anxious tonight to see how good the offense and defensive lines hold up, because last week in their preseason games, both offense and defensive lines looked sensational against guys that don't necessarily have the pedigree that both of these teams have. Tonight, both of these teams have offense and defensive fronts. Guys like Nana Asante, defensive end, 6'7" for the Texas Syndicate, who is just a sensational athlete. We're going to see how both of those offensive fronts hold up against each other's offensive fronts. I think that is the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5th key of this game, is how good both of those units do on both sides of the football.
Yeah, I think, looking at online, all the social media chatter about this game, like week one, potentially two of the best teams in the league, right? So that's big talk right there, but you're talking about they've got to protect these quarterbacks who are both sensational. But I think you're right. Anyone that's going to get penetration is going to be the one that's going to be able to really put some pressure on and maybe make somebody make a mistake.
Now, on the San Antonio Toros side, you got a quarterback, Will Arndt, who was just sensational last week. He was 17 to 22, 181 yards, 6 touchdown passes. Their backup, Hayden, comes in, first pass, product of Fresno State, throws a touchdown pass. You got to put pressure on him. But again, looking at it from the other side, Nana Asante is that guy that's got to flush him out of the pocket. Arndt stayed in that pocket the entire time and was able to do whatever he wanted to do. We got some special coin flip guests today.
Yeah, down there we've got Lady Bird Monroe. She's doing the coin toss. She is out of the Reality of Wrestling. She's the current women's champion. She also holds 3 other titles, and she is participating in the Booker T's Reality Wrestling. She's from Austin and wrestles in Houston as she tosses up that coin, and she'll be having a match next week, I think is what she told us, Gabe, right?
Yeah, Booker T is a guy who is a World Wrestling Federation, guy. He's a WCW guy, and he's from Texas. He's got his own outfit. And how cool is it to get a champion down there on the field flipping the coin? 3-time
champion. She's got 3 titles under her belt. Big match for her next week. But first up here, of course, we've got Syndicate taking on the San Antonio Toros.
Yeah, and just right quick, they won the toss. They elected to receive. They want to be on the field first, so we are close to kickoff.
We will step away for just a moment. You're watching Syndicate Football on the United Football Media Network.
When elite athletes want to level up, they train at SKP. From professional athletes to the next generation, SKP is building stronger, faster, more confident competitors. Whether your child is just starting or chasing the next level, train where the pros train. Join the SKP family today.
The best high school football coverage can only be found on Texas Sports Productions, on the app, streaming, and on TV. Your favorite high school sports only on Texas Sports Productions, each and every week for free.
Welcome back to the Field. We're just moments away from kickoff. And the jerseys tonight, Syndicate, we saw them in a gray last week, tonight in a dark, deep blue. And then there's the Toros, our first look at the kicker for the Toros in that white tonight.
Yeah, so the Syndicate won the toss. A lot of times you see football teams say, we want our defense on the field first. The Syndicate said no. Coach Champagne said, I want the football. I want our offense to cook.
They do, and that'll be Kenneth Alamendares kicking off, 26 years of age, out of Honduras. He's a record-breaking kicker. He won the prestigious 2024 Lou Groza Awards and Consensus All-American honors as well. But he's going to get us underway. And tonight, Gabe, we're going to have fourth quarter is going to be exciting.
Yeah, they're gonna do the Continental shift, which means they're going to play Canadian Football League rules.
We'll talk a bit more about that as the returner on our special team, Zachary Russell. A couple of yards picked up by him, a decent return.
Yeah, and a great tackle on the return as well. That was number 4, I believe, for the Toros. That was McGee, who just laid a pop at the end of that play right there. That just kind of shows the difference in the level of talent that we're going to see from last week to this week. First play, and we already see some chippiness. We already see some pushing and shoving. I think that's indicative of what is going to turn into a really cool rivalry up 35.
I think it is, and it's a revival of a rivalry started in the 1960s. The Toros, of course, are original Continental football team, so they're back in it. And then, of course, we've got a bunch of other teams. 5 teams in the league now did have some dropout in the first week in the preseason, but Hunt, first shot for him. He's going big with it. Nobody at home, though. And
right there, Wendy, when you look at that first play, you had an edge rusher that was right in his face, and he didn't have that last week. So, an adjustment you're going to have to make, because it looks like the Toros are going to be real aggressive. Watch that thing coming in right, that defensive end coming in right off the edge. Guys are going to have to learn to make decisions, work on the fly, and complete passes with defenders, talented, very athletic defenders in your face.
Yeah, I think the pressure is going to be ratcheted up for both teams tonight. We'll have to see how they respond.
Yeah, I think that may have been Little John.
It's a nice pickup on the run there. Saw some initial contact, but able to pick up another yard. We'll come to third down.
Yeah, I like that play right there. Last week the offensive line did a great job in run blocking just off of the right tackle, getting that ball, getting about 3 or 4 yards, making it somewhat of a manageable third down here. Third down at about 6, maybe 7.
High snap, but down in front. Oh, what a defensive stand that is.
Yeah, it looked like they ran the same play, only to the other side, and the Toros did a better job on that defensive front, stopping that thing. It's going to bring up a 4th down, and I'm going to say this might be the first punt of the season. I don't think they punted all last week, so this will be the first time we see the punt unit for the Syndicate. Great job defensively for the Toros, getting a 3 and out.
Yeah, really good job, and Owen Meister, the punter for the Syndicate.
And Wendy, again, just the level of player for really both teams that they're going to see is just really right in your face. There's a lot of talent in that football field.
Whistles coming in. Punt comes off, but we're going to come back. We got some flags.
Yeah, I want to say maybe somebody kind of got going a little quick.
Yeah,
so it's going to be it's going to be against the Syndicate, and that's going to drop back 5 yards. And again, the punt special teams are the types of things you work on in preseason. They didn't have to punt last week, so it's not something they had a chance to work on. Doing it in real time in practice is just different than doing it in real time in a game situation.
Yeah, it is. First game of the Continental football season, revived back 2026. You can see the crowd starting to fill into the field.
I love how you're pronouncing that word, by the way. It just brings joy to my heart.
Okay, if you didn't watch the preseason game last week, I'm local to Pflugerville. I haven't lived here very long, but I've lived here for a couple years now, and we do call it the Pfield because it's funny, but I do believe it's called the Field.
It's not funny at all because it's called the Field, not the Pfield.
My neighborhood, we call it the Pfield. Pressure big. Ooh. Stop down.
Started by a low snap. It was a low snap. The punter didn't get a chance to pick it up. Coming off of that edge, I think was Little John once again. Actually, no, that was Miles McHaney who came in and just did they missed him. Watch on that right side. They just whiffed at him. And he had a free run to the punter.
Not picked up at all.
It was almost a borderline offsides. He got such a great head start on that play. It was really close.
He's a UFL player. He's had some time in Brazil as well, but a product of Prairie View A&M.
That is a well-built young man down there, for sure.
So this will be a really advantageous position. We're going to see the first time of the Toros offense. Quarterback Will Arndt.
Yeah.
You said, Gabe, last week, 6 touchdowns.
6 touchdowns in the year. I had a chance to watch him. I went to that game last week. He is very good, folks.
And he's got a talented set of wide receivers around him. He's going to collapsing in the pocket, but they snag him. So I thought he had some space in front of him, but they're able to snag him and pull him down. A little gain. It'll be second down.
Yeah, Johnson is the one that got him. And right there, Arndt, that's the first time I've seen him under any kind of pressure. And it was on that very first play. They brought the heat from the outside, flushed him out of the pocket. Johnson was right there to bring him down.
Yeah, and this is exactly what we talked about. They're going to have to do to try to contain Graham coming on now. Alfonso had a great game last week as well. Former NFL player. This Toros bench is just flush with former NFL, UFL, XFL, CFL, all the abbreviations. Flag on the play as Arndt tosses up a free one. It's brought in, but we'll come back. We'll see.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that happened on that play. I'm surprised they didn't blow it dead. Mm-hmm. The left defensive end kind of jumped, and it caused – well, here's the thing that I don't like about that. It looked like the right tackle started before the play started. Watch. See, he moved before the ball was snapped. They should have blown it dead. I'm not saying it's not a penalty against the Syndicate, but what I'm saying is I think they should have blown that play dead.
Yeah, I'm confused, right? Yeah. But Cam Eccles gets on the board for a touchdown.
And, and that's a play where Coach Champagne's got to tell you guys, if there's a flag, finish the play. Go all the way through. It looked like the Syndicate stopped thinking that was going to be a dead ball play, which I am not a rules expert, but I'm going to say that should have been blown dead.
So an easy toss for Arndt with the point attempt now for the Toros as it goes through. Good start for the San Antonio Toros. We'll be stepping away for just a moment. You're watching Syndicate Football on United Football Media Network.
When elite athletes want to level up, they train at SKP. From professional athletes to the next generation, SKP is building stronger, faster, more confident competitors. Whether your child is just starting or chasing the next level, train where the pros train. Join the SKP family today.
Welcome back to the field. Just watch San Antonio Toros scoring down there. It was Eccles that got it. 10 passes. It's a pass from Arndt. 2 plays.
Yeah, 2 plays, 4. Took 45 seconds.
That's what that note says. That's why I was stumbling. I was like, Mark better handwriting.
Mark is an excellent statistician. Not the best scriber. Is that the way to put it? But I'm a terrible scriber too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I say that right?
I don't know if it's scriber. I think it's just scribe.
My scribatory skills are terrible.
It's getting better. And if we were on the Continental shift, that could have been interesting.
That would have been a point.
Yeah, we could have seen a point there. So that's what we'll see in the fourth quarter. A couple things. We got a chance for a Los Dos, where if you can put it through the uprights, the punter can pick up 2 points. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting fourth quarter. So you're going to want to hang around regardless of the score. Mark can hear us, and then now he's giving us a sad face.
I know that's not a sad face. That's a meanie face right there. So we may have ruffled the feathers of one Marcus Kusenberger. My apologies to the Kusenberger and the Kusenberger family. His son is one of our directors tonight. Very good.
Yeah, the son is the best, I think, right?
Yeah. Yes. But that's, he'll improve as a scriber, I'm sure. Right. I'm sure of it.
All right, Syndicate take over. It was a quick turnaround for the Toros. They got 7 on the board. 12 minutes to go. Under pressure again. Tosses up. Oh, wow, he almost came down with that.
And I'm surprised there wasn't a defensive hold call Watch this as he's going. The receiver's going down the left sideline, and it looks like he's being held. We're not going to get it on that one. Yeah, that was pass interference.
Yeah.
And a penalty, it looks like, was called. Yeah, they're going to call a hold. Yeah, they're going to call a hold against the Toros, and that was a good call. Watch this again. Watch that receiver on the far side of the field going down, and he's going to get held like from about the 33-yard line all the way to the ball got there. That was a good call by the refs.
It's a big jersey yank there.
Yeah, and a lot of times when you're going to have these guys try and test what they can or can't get away with.
Absolutely. So first down and 10 for the Syndicate. Trying to catch him with the call. This is another piece that we'll have turned up in the fourth quarter. It's going to go from a shorter play clock as well, 40 to 20 seconds.
So it'll go from something like that where the play stops. It goes to 25 seconds. But either way, it's a much shorter. You got to get the play off.
Oh, no. Trouble now for the Syndicate.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the penalty is going to be. Well, they're going to – I think they're going to call a timeout. They're calling a timeout.
All right.
So we'll keep it here, I guess. Talk a little bit. Talk about what we've seen here, Wendy. And this might be the understatement of all understatements. Both teams seeing way more talent.
Yeah.
And it showed, especially on the defense and offensive fronts. We saw that as the first time that both quarterbacks had real pressure in their face trying to make something happen. And it's just the level of talent that we see out there. I mean, there are some guys that played in big moments, in big games, in big leagues, and in big colleges. So you don't get to that level without having a superior level of talent. And I think both sides are at that with what they've got on both sides of the field. So we'll see what adjustments will be made. Mm-hmm. Because you don't make adjustments when you're playing against guys that are going to be, no offense to the Tennessee team into Arkansas, but I mean they weren't professional football players,
right? And you could tell. First down again for the Syndicate. Need to get something going here. Snap is high again. Hunt has to just scramble. Does have a receiver on the edge. Pick up a couple. I think that would be the first down.
Yeah, and that was a great just catch to Workman, a guy that we're going to see a lot of. And I love the fact that, you had a quarterback who was under a lot of pressure. Hunt, he rolls out, throws a good pass.
Yeah, and Quintavious Workman signed this week for the Syndicate out of El Paso, Texas. Sam Houston State player, also played with UTEP. Going to see a lot from him. He's tall, also 6'5". Now Hunt going to the top of the screen. That's where we saw that real interference, and that's greened on the defense there. He does well.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's Hunt or if that's King. No, that's Hunt for sure.
Yeah, the numbers, again, we talked about this last week. On TV, the numbers look fantastic, but up here in the booth, we may get some wrong because they aren't standing out very well for the Syndicate.
No, they are not, for sure. And it looks like we have a penalty flag thrown, so we're waiting for the referee to make a call. They communicate via walkie-talkie. So we have pass interference again. So right now it's very clear that this crew, they're not going to put up with the hand grabbing. They're not going to put up with the late hits there at the end of passes. So calling it very tight.
So this moves the Syndicate well up the field. So now crossing into the Toros territory for the first time. Short field that they can work from. Let's see what Hunt can do now.
And watch that press coverage on both sides. They're going to make sure they're banking that they got the athletes to go against. That ball was just underthrown, just a kind of a miscommunication.
Yeah, he's trying to find Workman again. Can't find him. Yeah, lucky it wasn't picked up.
Yeah, the only one that was there was the defender. That was, I believe, Hearns, who was there and trying to get it to Workman, a guy who was just literally picked up this week.
Yeah. Yeah, that communication is still probably being worked out.
And it takes a bit. It does. Certainly,
yeah.
It's a Workman in progress. That's for sure.
2nd and 10. Hunt's got some time. This is where he really excelled. Finds a receiver. First down again for the Syndicate. Now they're moving the chains.
Boy, and he fired that thing in there, and he had pressure coming off of that right edge. I believe, was that Workman again who caught that?
Did he come across?
Yeah, I think that was number 5.
That's Workman.
Yeah. Excuse me, number 8 who caught that ball. Yeah, that was Johnson.
Yeah, Marcellus Johnson.
Yeah.
He was quite active in the preseason game. There's Hunt again. Just great defense to bobble that, cause the bobble. That's Green getting his hand in there to break up that pass.
Yeah, that was an absolute really good defensive play. Look, that ball got there. That's absolutely not pass interference. That's just, I believe that was was that Green?
I think it's 13, I think.
Yeah, that was
Isaiah.
That was Isaiah Green, who just got his hand in there and knocked that thing, timed it very
perfectly.
well.
Yeah, perfectly. Another timeout.
I think they're just stopping it to set the ball right now.
Gotcha. Second down and 10 for the Syndicate. Hunt having a bit of pressure. Look at the speed of the line. He has to toss it away.
Yeah, and the first thing that caught my eye was the high snap. And whenever you have a high snap, we talked about it last week, it just kind of throws the timing off of everything that you're trying to do. That high snap just killed that play before it even started.
Yeah, we saw that in the preseason game last week. Sometimes the snap was either high, low. Hunt was having to get creative with it. Want to lock that down if they can.
Yeah.
Third down for the Syndicate.
And it's crazy how the little things you can play Little League football. If your snap is not down, look, there's another high snap.
That's Boatwright in there. Lots of pressure. He's got a cut down pass. It's a great tackle by Wesley Steiner, former NFL player. That puts him to fourth down.
Yeah, it looked like he just dumped that thing down to Sanders, and Sanders did all he could to get it back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a fourth down and long. The ball is at the 34-yard line. They do have a kicker with a big leg, and it looks like they're going to bring him out to try and drill a really long field goal right now, 50-plus yard field goal, 51-yard field goal.
And it's Jaron Imbrani with the attempt. He's known for it. 91 of 95 point attempts and 11 of 19 field goals with Midwestern State. He has great stats. See what he can do here.
Yeah, and Imbrani's got a big leg, folks.
It'll make it about 42. Not going to maybe have the distance.
No, that thing's short. And here's the thing, that's a live ball. They could have put somebody back there to return that. So the ball is going to turn over. Looked like he just got under it a little bit. When you're trying to lay into it, sometimes, it's like anything, whether you're playing golf, whether you're playing baseball, whenever you're trying to swing a little harder, get into that thing, it just kind of throws your timing off a little bit.
Yep.
But he does have a big leg, that's for sure.
Yeah, we've watched him in warm-up. He can make them from the other side of the 50, so just maybe something not right there. Toros will take over. 7-0, 9 minutes to go in this first quarter. First game of the Continental Football League, the official. We had preseasons last week if you're just joining us. Both of these teams did very well in their openings. There's Arndt. Lots of time. He's going to have a pass. It's just almost dribbled it.
No, it was just dropped is what it was. Arndt got it to Harris. Harris had the ball. He was running and looked like he tried to start his takeoff after catch before he secured the catch.
And the cool thing about this league is that the roster sizes are really tight, but you have to have young players. There has to be at least 25 players between the age of 18 and 25, and then local players as well. So that's the Dallas-Fort Worth players, so not quite local, but a lot of these players will talk all day about San Antonio. There's Aldine High School is very prominent in both of these rosters.
Yeah.
So we're seeing the young talent, and of course some former NFL and UFL players as well. Second down for the Toros. 2nd and 10, they're just going to drop it down. The screen doesn't quite come to fruition. Devontae Price is going to be for a loss.
And that was Stacy Brown coming up from that corner position, just making a fantastic play.
Really cut that one down early.
And again, this is the first time the Toros have seen a defense that have got Division I athletes and college athletes and former pro athletes that are flying all over the ball. So that adjustment that we talked about is going to work both ways.
Yeah, it's this continuity. It's a short season for the Continental Football League. There's Arndt again. Here comes the edge. Just going to try to go over the top, but the catchers tonight, there's not a lot of moisture out there. Alfonso Graham can't gather it in. It is hot. It's 87 degrees out there, so maybe the humidity is getting him, but the ball just tipping off everybody's fingertips tonight.
Yeah, that's a ball he's got to catch.
Yeah.
It's thrown a little behind him, but he's got to come down with that ball. So 2 plays in this series where Arndt does a good job of hitting open receivers that are kind of crossing over the middle. I don't know that he gets a first down, but what I do know is he picks up a ton of yards because it looked like he had some space. But yeah, that's a ball when you got to catch.
Yeah, you've got to catch that one. Now it makes it 4th and long.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the Toros in this position as a timeout comes in. We haven't seen them under this type of pressure. I mean, of course, last week they played the Hornets winning 71-0, and then the Syndicate won 53-0. So we did see that these teams get a kind of a tune-up, but now the pressure's real.
Yeah, and they had Nate Hayden out there. I need to look and see if Hayden is their punter. Hang on one second. They don't have a punter listed. They have Almendarez as the kicker, and they've got a long snapper, but they don't have a punter listed.
You're right.
That I see, and I don't know if Nate Hayden is their punter or if they were trying some trickeration with their backup quarterback to come in and run a play. Either way, a timeout was called so that they can kind of figure out what it is they're going to do right now. I mean, you got to punt. There's zero chance I would go for it in this situation.
Yeah, and you can see Hayden's back out there. So we've got the backup quarterback.
And he's like not lined up in a normal punting stance.
Yeah,
So he may pooch this punt. We'll see.
Now he steps in. Okay, now, interesting. Let's see what's going to happen here. 4th and long for the Toros. He is going to pooch it. It's a nice kick from Hayden. Nobody back at home for the Syndicate. It's going to roll out. That's a great pickup.
That is a tremendous effort by the San Antonio Toros, and Hayden kind of, I don't even know if that was like a Australian rules kind of punt. He just it was a short snap. Normally you line up 15 yards, you snap it back, and you punt the football. It's a 49-yard effort from this guy who just kind of pooched it.
Yeah.
I mean,
didn't even look like he put his whole leg behind it.
No.
We're going to write that down as a 49-yard punt.
Yeah.
All right. But it backs the Syndicate up. And this is the only real, this is where the Syndicate have started. Their last 3 drives has been from this position. They did pick up a bunch through a couple of penalties, but weren't able to make anything happen here. So Toros 7-0, 8 minutes to go in the first quarter.
I need to continue my apology to Mark Kusenberger because he said you could read that. Very good, Mark.
That was really clear. I think that's getting
Top
better.
Notch. Oof.
Not much coming from that run. Going to pick up 1 or 2 maybe to bring us a second down.
Yeah, they just kind of handed that off there up the middle, try to get something going. See if the middle of that offensive line can move, and nothing doing. Just a would it be a gaggle of Toros? A herd of Toros? What
herd,
would it be?
a herd,
okay.
I think is what.
Do Toros run in herds? Is that how that works?
I think so.
A smacklin of Toros.
Second down for the Syndicate. Only picked up a couple of yards. Hunt's got immediate pressure right up the middle. Does very well to scramble. He's looking downfield. Has to toss it away, but this is not going well for the Texas team. Yeah,
and we talked about keys to victory for both teams, and I just, from the beginning, said this game is going to be won in the trenches. If the defense or offensive lines for either team can dominate, they're going to win. Right now, I think, Wendy, both defensive lines are kind of ahead of what the offensive lines are doing on both sides of the field.
Agree with you. Coming through the middle there was Javier Edwards, wearing number 93. We'll see if he can get through again.
That's a big
Third
dude.
down. He is a big dude. Now edge pressure. Hunt again has to scramble. Finds a receiver. He's covered double time, but Hunt's just trying to make anything happen.
Yeah, that time it was McCaney, the guy who had that blocked punt just coming off of the edge. And it looked like, again, the left tackle just kind of had a bit of a whiff. But McCaney was back there before the play even got started.
Yeah, these guys are fast, and that's what I think, in the fourth quarter we will see them be even faster, but I think we're seeing some elite athletes right now.
And on both sides. And outside of the low snap and the blocked punt, this is a 0-0 game.
Yeah.
So this right here, to me, is the first real test for the Syndicate. They've already had one punt blocked. They got to get this thing out.
Meister will try again. Whistles will blow it dead one more time.
Now that was kind of an Australian rules. Little 2 steps to the right, a cha-cha-cha punt.
We've got a helmet off and some heated words down there. It looks like Zatake McGee.
So I think they're going to say maybe, well, he called 2 different things. He called like offsides on the offense and delay of game. Yeah, look at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, we got some hats flying.
Yep.
All right. This is something that Coach Champagne, if you're going to be concerned about anything in this first half, it's executing special teams, especially the punt.
Right. We've got to get this. It's going to give Toros potentially short field anyways, so Meister backed up again for the punt attempt. You can hear the crowd jostling down there. Meister gets a good foot on it. It's going to be short. Fair call, fair catch called. Picked up by Chris Carpenter.
And I'm okay with that. There seems to be another little scrum there on the.
No.
Well, no. That's no. I'm
a rugby player. It's not a scrum. No.
Well, no, a scrum to me now. I will no longer say that a scrum is a gaggle of players moving in unison.
Correct. Yes.
That's not a scrum. That's called a tiff.
A maul.
That was my third guess right there. No, that was just a little fight there. Right?
Yeah. A scuffle.
A scuffle.
Yeah. All right, Toros are going to come up with some great field position here.
But I'll say this: if I'm Coach Champagne, I'm taking that as a win. It was a good snap.
Oh yeah,
and just get it away.
Okay.
Right now, your defense is playing pretty good right now.
Yeah,
a couple of drops by the Toros, but I'd like to see them put a little more pressure on Arndt.
1st and 10 for the Toros. Just under 7 minutes to go. Run, finds a little bit of space, tries to fend off the first. That's a good swallow. Alfonso Graham can't find too much space.
Yeah, nothing doing. Maybe a yard. I think that little stiff arm there at the end got him maybe an extra yard or two. But for the most part, that's a good, solid defensive play by the Syndicate.
I think it's a good show of when we talked about the trenches, right? We want both teams. They need to own the trench, but I think Syndicate are standing toe to toe with this really talented O-line from the Toros. Big
offensive line for the Toros.
They're 6'5" and up. Arndt's going to go down, check down pass to Graham again. Oh goodness, that looked really bad. But
defensive play by Stacy Brown. Watch this at the end. He comes up. It's one thing to get there. It's another thing to make a tackle when you get there. Watch this. He gets there, wraps around, grabs the leg, pulls him down. Great play. Did look scary, though, didn't it?
It did look scary, and there's a player down. I believe we've got a Toros player. We couldn't see it on the replay. He's down as well. He was trying to get out front. So an injury for the Toros. There it is. Oh, no, he's not looking too happy as they check that lower limb. Of course, the medical staff here, really important to both of these teams. I think we're going to get a look at it maybe now.
Yeah.
He's at the top of the screen.
So Arndt right now 3 for 5 for 3 yards and a touchdown pass. Yeah, I don't think he was the guy that was hurt.
He's
I think
not,
it was a tight end that was hurt.
Mm-hmm. I think it's Simitz, I think.
But I've been taught a long time ago that you can talk about analytics, you can talk about statistics. There's only one statistic that counts, and that's what's on the scoreboard.
That's
the points. And now it's 7-0. All right, we're going to take a break right now, I think, Wendy.
We are going to take a break. You're watching Syndicate Football on United Football Media Network.
Got land or thinking of buying some? With Southwest Homes, building your dream home has never been easier. Introducing Build Now Financing. No construction loan, no payments during construction, no interest while we build. That's less stress and more time to focus on your future. Personalize your home, your way, on your land. Southwest Homes. We make it easy to build on your land. Visit yourswh.com today.
Welcome back to the field. San Antonio Toros just up by a touchdown. Did just see an injury to Dimitri Sezmitsis. Excuse me, that's a tongue twister.
Yeah, I think it's Semetsis.
Yeah, Semetsis.
Yeah, Demetrius Semetsis. And talking to the one of the broadcasters for the San Antonio Toros, Kenny Lucas, who made the trip to the field, he said that Semetsis is a guy that Arndt really likes to use for that underneath stuff. He's a big target, so him going down, that's a big deal for the Toros right now.
And there's our head coach for the Toros, Stan Bedwell.
Yeah, good. Yeah, both coaches are great young coaches.
Yes, very high caliber. Third down for the Toros. They've been held by this Syndicate defense so far. Lots of pressure coming. Batted down, almost intercepted.
Yeah, that ball was tipped up. It should have been grabbed, but that's why sometimes when the guys play defense and not offense. I know I didn't see who tipped it.
No, I'm not sure.
Who was that almost grabbed that? Was that 91? I'm trying to get I apologize. The numbers are a little hard to look at on that Navy on Navy. Yeah. Either way, it's going to bring up a fourth down. It's fourth down and 9, and the Toros have an interesting decision to make right now. Do you punt it or do you try and take a shot? Because you're kind of in that no man's land, that tweener kind of spot where if you kick a field goal, it's probably a little outside of the distance of Almendarez, and if you punt it, it goes in the end zone. They're going to hit the ball at the 20-yard line. Is it really, just take a shot? You get a net 10 yards.
Arndt is out there, so we think we're going to play here. We'll see. So no attempt at a field goal. Potentially, we could have a change here.
Yeah, and I'm going to sound like a broken record in my assessment of what we were going to expect is how good or bad these defensive lines, both defensive lines playing out of this world to start this game.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got Graham on his right hip. Going to back it up now.
So I'm not sure if I didn't see what the call was. Maybe it was a kind of a little hitch. Now, this might change something where they might punt the ball from this spot, because now you're flirting with putting the ball around the 40-yard line, 37.
Yeah. Would need a first down to keep this drive alive. They haven't made one yet today.
Yeah, they got to get that to about the 24-yard line to get a first down.
Yep. Arndt's going to have a little bit of time. It's going to be short and not caught. Batted down again, the defense today.
Yeah, I'm talking about how good the defensive lines have played, but both defensive backfields have just been sensational. That was just a great defensive play on that far side. Arndt had enough time, looks, throws, and then coming in and knocking that thing down at the right time was number 31. That was Pleasant Johnson.
Yeah, got a hand in there. That was some
It was very pleasant.
Stellar. Yeah, it was very pleasant.
It was very pleasant.
Stellar defense.
Yeah.
So Syndicate will take over. So Toros still haven't made a first down besides a touchdown, right?
Yeah. And this is good because, this is the first time they've had good field position to start things off. A nice throw, a nice catch.
Yep, picks up a couple of yards, 3 or 4 maybe. Is that Johnson, I think? Nope, it's Workman. He's getting lots of work, which we expected. He's a stellar signing for the Syndicate coming on this week.
Yeah, Quintavious Workman signed this week, and we heard from folks that work in the media department that he's going to get. And you talked to Coach. You didn't talk to Coach Champagne. You talked to Quincy. Yeah, and he said that he's going to get some reps and a lot of targets.
Yeah, he's a big, tall, strong guy. 6'5", 180. They're going to look for his tall frame a lot. That's a great pass over the top for Hunt, but again, can't gather it in for the Syndicate.
Yeah, that should have been a catch, though. I'd like to take another look at this play. It looked like he got his hands on the ball. He did take a shot at the end, but during this season, you're going to have to make catches. Like, that ball should have been caught. And, I get that the defender was right there, but you got to hold that in.
You've been saying it a bunch there, Gabe. I think that's a key that the defense is coming. The quarterbacks are under pressure, but they're going to go ahead and, they've got to rely on their receptions. And we're just getting a stat here, 12 straight pass plays. So nobody's running right now as that one's going to get tossed out.
Yeah, that was the rush there on Hunt, and he just had to get rid of that football, and it looked like it kind of slipped out of his hands. Yeah. Like he didn't get nothing on it. There was a receiver down there, but just again, I'm going to sound like a broken record. Yeah. Both defensive lines, are really dictating how the pace and how this game is going.
They are 4th down for the Syndicate, 3 and out.
You know, Mark just showed us a stat right now. That was their 13th straight pass play, and I'd like to see them mix that up a little bit. I mean, I think, you know, they've got a pretty good offensive line. Mix it up. Get your running backs in there.
Well, and the running backs for both teams did great last week, so it's kind of a departure from what we've only seen one game from each of these teams. That punt not going to go quite as far as they were thinking again. And
we saw another helmet fly,
it's the
though.
Same. It's McGee again with his helmet off, and he's looking for a flag. What is going on down there?
Well, I'm not a rocket scientist, but I'm going to say somebody's flipping helmets around the field.
And they're still chattering down there. Those two players are still going at it. Those niceties aren't being extended.
No, for sure. So Mark gave us another sad face. I'm not sure if he's upset.
No, he has not erased it yet.
No,
so we have to work harder to make Mark
it was a
better,
12-yard punt.
Yeah. He hasn't erased the mad sign.
It's not, that was a 12-yard punt.
Yeah,
which is, if you kind of look at it. Oh, yeah, here we go.
Coaching staff out there, and his body language, you can tell what he's saying without a mic.
Well, and what he's, look, he said he did a twirl and threw the helmet.
Home run is what I think I saw there.
And I think he used those exact words. You see Coach Champagne?
Twirly.
Yeah, they're both down there. And he did like that.
Yeah.
He threw it.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. You can tell how much this means for this coaching staff, how important this moment is.
You could tell how much this means to both sides.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of emotion. There was a lot of anticipation heading to, it was a 16-yard punt. Thank you, Mark, for fixing that. You can see there's just a lot going on right now. Both of these teams want to win this football game because I'm not going to say that it establishes dominance in the Continental Football League, but it kind of sets the base of who's going to be the top dog in this league.
It sets a marker. It absolutely does. And when we look at the league, we did have some couple dropouts this past week, teams dropping out. So now it's a Texas triangle, the Southern Division, the Fort Braves dropped out. So now we've got the Midland Tall City Gold, the Syndicate, of course, and now the San Antonio Toros. So when you look at the Southern Division, this is a huge matchup.
Yeah, it really is. And I'm not entirely sure that, the Toros coaching staff, that they don't have a beef. I mean, helmets don't go flying like
twice.
That, without somebody pulling it off and throwing it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I'd like to see, is there a flag? What's going on? At least give us an explanation or something, because when you do that a couple of times to the same guy, guys get ejected for stuff like that.
That's right. Yeah, it becomes a safety issue because somebody's going to get their number and then try to take care of themselves if the officials don't.
And a great job by the coaching staff bringing it to the officials' attention. So now they're going to be looking for stuff like that. I mean, you would think that helmet tossing would be something you'd already be looking at, but
First down for the Toros. Just clocking down to 4:50 left in this first quarter. Lots of moving, going to try to find something around the edge. That's a great run. Still going is Cam Eccles, already with a touchdown, picks up a huge first down, the first for the Toros in a bit.
Yeah, and it looked like the referees missed a hold on that edge, or they may have gotten it.
I do see the flag.
Yeah, it looked like there may have been a hold on that edge that sprung that play, but we'll see what the call is right here. I don't see where the flag is.
They picked it up already. It was towards.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold against the Toros. I'm just wondering if they caught the hold on the one that I saw, which was a jersey being grabbed there, kind of, which opened up that lane on that left side.
Yeah. So they'll march back, the Toros.
Yeah, penalties have been kind of a factor in this thing, yeah.
But not the helmet one. They've missed that one.
Not the helmet one, so... So what they're going to say, that's not the penalty that they're going to call. They're going to call a downfield spot of hold down the field. So that's why the ball is advanced 5 yards.
So second down, first and 5.
Yeah, so I will say it looked like there was a missed hold on that.
Little pressure coming. He's going to scramble himself. Picks up maybe a yard, if that.
Yeah, that's just a great job of making chicken salad, if you will, because there was nothing there as that defensive line just flushed him into the heart of that nose guard area, and maybe a yard. But what that does, it avoids the sack, and it makes it a 3rd and 5. It makes it kind of a manageable opportunity to get a first down.
2nd and 5 because we had the repeat of first down, but manageable, as you said, Gabe. Aren't in the shotgun. Still not a lot of run plays. Finds on the edge. This is Ruby. He can fly, but now look at Temper's flying again.
Yeah, and you're going to get a lot of that. That was Robinson Jr., Michael Robinson Jr. making a great stop from that defensive end position, just all effort as you watch him coming down there and just chasing down. But look how big that guy is. Robinson Jr. is a big kid. And
there's the scuffle. It's happening away from the ball. We're seeing a lot of it. Need to get the officials to try to take care of that before the players take it any further.
Yeah, third and short. They're 0 for 2 on 3rd downs right now.
Something needs to happen for the Toros. Let's see, Arndt backed up in the shotgun again. Can hear the defense call from the audience. Got all day back there, but throws into double coverage again.
Yeah, that's a coverage stack. I mean, it's really the first time that I've seen Arndt. He's got all day long to make something happen, and again, you're throwing it into an area where you hope your receiver makes a play, but you're going up against defenders that are equal or to the task when it comes to an athleticism standpoint. So it's 4th down and a couple, and it looks like they're going to go for it.
It was Trayvon Williams on the stop. He was a Fort Lauderdale player. Run now. There's the first down and some change.
Yeah, great call. They just ran a little draw to the right. They got the football to number 2, Andrew Henry, and just followed the right side of that offensive line. Big hole, big first down.
And that's that variance I think we've been looking for. I think you're right. That's a great call there. They were expecting the pass again. So first run play in a bit. Pick up the first down for the Toros, and they keep the drive alive.
Yeah, it's one of those plays where you just kind of it's in your head. 4th down, the guys are going to have to throw the football, and it's a good play call by the Toros. I wonder what it'll take to get Mark to take that face off of there.
I don't know. We're going to have to, what does Mark like to eat? Tell us some secrets, Dave.
Yeah, incomplete pass there to the right. It was kind of a little flare pass, and I think that's the 3rd dropped ball that we've seen. This time it was number 24. That was Price who just dropped it. The ball was thrown a little low, but when you got to make those catches. Now, the counter to that is if he does catch it, does he even pick up any yards?
Right.
So he drops it. Yeah, he's going to pick up a few yards, but you got to catch that ball. Football is like basketball. You got to make your shots. In football, you got to catch the ball and pick up yards.
It's fundamental. Fakes the pass and finds wide open in the top. Another first down. Now they're rolling. It's Cam Eccles. He's got a touchdown under his belt already.
Yeah, that was a great play by Will Arndt. Had a little fake. And then he knew he was going to take a shot right here, stayed in the pocket, took a hit right at the end of that, and just fired a perfect ball into his receiver. That was just a great play. Was that Eccles?
It was Eccles, yeah. So momentum definitely on the Toros side. Scored the early touchdown. Less than 2 minutes to go in this first quarter.
Like, if I took a shot like that, you'd have to take me off the field in a front end loader. Like, I don't know that I'd be able to walk for a month. Throw over the middle, and that ball looked like it bounced up and was almost intercepted. It looked like he was trying to get that to. Was that Cardenas he was trying to get the ball to?
I think so, yeah. It bounced
Cardenas,
up again.
Yeah, it looked like, watch the end of that, because it looked like it hit and it bounced up like they were trying to pick this thing off. There's Cardenas. Ooh, that ball was almost picked off, actually.
Stepped right in front. Oh, yeah. And then dropped into his hands, and he couldn't grab it in.
And then he tipped it back up. If there would have been a Syndicate player there, that was going to be an interception.
That was Jacob Berry, where the ball just plopped into his lap out of Round Rock, Texas. Couldn't quite bring it in, but 2nd down for the Toros. Red zone. Threatening. Run. Straight up the middle. Big tackle coming in, but bounces off the edge. What a touchdown by the Toros. Devontae Price gets one.
That was a great play call. Again, dominance of now what we're seeing, a Toros offensive line really doing well. Bouncing off the right and getting into the end zone. They still haven't converted on 3rd down. They converted on 4th down.
Yeah.
But that was a great series for the San Antonio Toros.
Yeah, a nice series to keep it alive. A key run play that kept that alive to get them a new set of downs to let Price in there. Now the point attempt for the Toros. Almendarez, perfect on the day so far, has only had one attempt. Puts that one through, 14-0 to the Toros.
Yeah, we're going to keep it here. Got a $1:35 remaining, Wendy, in the first quarter.
Yep.
Devontae Price with the 15-yard run, 9-play, 58-yard drive, and the key play to me was that fourth down conversion.
Yeah,
that was a flag on the field.
Flag on the field. But yeah, you're right. That fourth down conversion, the run was absolutely important to this drive for the Toros.
Yeah, and right now, I'd like it. If I'm Coach Champagne, I want to see what we're made of. We're down 14-0. It's been a very physical, a very emotional first half. We've seen a lot of emotions.
Yeah.
I want to see what my guys are made of right now. We're down 14-0. We've got to get some points on the board. They came close with the long field goal attempt that was no good. Well, we have an ejection on the field.
Oh my.
Yeah, we have an ejection. I don't know who that was, but
see if we can get that for you.
But honestly, I don't know if that was an ejection for
the helmet
Toros,
or something else,
or it was for the Syndicate.
Yeah, and who's going?
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody walk towards the locker rooms yet.
Bedwell's over with the referees again. There's Champagne's with his team. This has been a mixture of excitement, Gabe.
It's been a mixture of emotions and.
Well, in Markdown on June 20th, these teams are going to play again. Of course, it'll be in San Antonio at the Gale and Tom Benson Stadium. So that's week 4. So we're going to see this
probably
again.
Not going to be there. I know they're looking for a new stadium, so it will not be.
Oh, they're moving. They're moving.
It will not be there. Yeah.
Breaking news.
Yes.
So let's see.
Yeah, they played their first game at Harlandale Memorial Stadium, which is a beautiful stadium. It's kind of a stadium about this size. Great complex here on the south side of San Antonio. I don't know if they're going to continue to play there, but one thing I do know for sure, my name is Gabe Farias, and they will not be playing at Benson Stadium.
Correction.
Yes.
We have.
So we're going to try and clear this up here.
Interesting moment. We've got the Toros. You can hear it. You can see the body language there of just chill out, I think, is what we can get from that.
Yeah, you see that on the other side. They're basically saying, guys,
got to calm it down.
Be cool. I think
be cool.
Yeah, be cool. Be a cool guy.
First game of the season. Let's calm down.
Be a cool guy. Come on. I think I may be the most uncool guy to try and say, hey, be cool.
Be cool?
Just be cool.
Oh, I would listen to you.
I would get slapped.
No.
If I told a gaggle of folks, hey, come on, guy, be cool, I would get slapped. Open palm across the face like lose half of my mustache slapped.
Yep. All right, week 2, we're going to have another match for you, another game. The Syndicate will be at Tall City Black Gold, so in Midland. There was supposed to be another game that week, but because the team's dropping, and then we'll have week 3, there's 2 games. Week 4, 2 games. Week 5, 2 games. Week 6.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
What do you think the Black Gold stands for?
I don't know. I'm kind of excited about it.
Wendy, you're from Texas, sort of. Yeah, see, Mark's even come up with names for us. Wendy Chill Young and Gabe Ice Farias. That is.
But if you've seen, he's put a box around the mad face. So
we're
not making any progress with it. I mean, I like Mark's shirt today.
He's going to add to it. Like that. Pretty soon that face is going to grow hair. I'm going to say that Black Gold is a reference to oil. Texas tea. Wendy, Black Gold.
I was thinking more like pirate sort of thing, but you're right. Midland's more gold than water.
The Tall City booty. Isn't that money is called booty?
Yeah, right. Yes.
Yeah, pirate booty. I don't think they would call him the Tall City booty.
Tall City booty.
Is it Tall City?
Yeah, I think
it's a Tall City Black Gold.
Yes.
It is.
Why is Midland Tall City? We need a Midlander.
I want to say that. Well, maybe because they're in the Panhandle area and it's kind of tall.
Oil wells are tall. We're just making stuff up now.
I made it up.
Yeah, we're just making things up now. Touchback. So it'll be Syndicate ball on the 20.
The 20-yard line.
14-0, 90 seconds still to go. We don't really know if someone got ejected. We'll try to get you that information. They sort of took a break. And
somebody got ejected. Yeah. I saw the thumb up.
You saw that.
I saw the thumb up, and you're gone.
Okay, I haven't seen anybody run to the locker room
trying
upset.
to hitchhike.
Yeah. Hunt has to get on his horse again. He's overthrow. It'll be second down for the Syndicate.
Yeah, he was just flushed out of the pocket, tried to make a little throw on the run, overthrows the receiver. Arndt's getting an opportunity to sit there and get his feet set. This is like him trying to make something happen, flushed out of the pocket, and that's just a hard pass to complete. Great job by I believe that was Edwards with that pressure.
Hunt again. Now run play by the Syndicate does open up a little bit of a hole, but snags him from behind. Will pick up 3 or 4 yards. Third down coming down.
Yeah, that was a great tackle by Melifawanu. Did I say that right?
Looks good to me.
Melifawanu.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just coming up and making a really good tackle there at the line. Grabs a hole. Hey, with that right there, that's what they call a weight room tackle. You got to be strong to bring a guy down like that.
Hunt scrambling again, trying to make something happen. The coverage just stellar for the Toros. It's greened again.
Yeah, again, that was green, and he was trying to really just fit that pass in to Johnson, and not a lot doing. So another 3-and-out and punt for the Texas Syndicate.
Yeah, Green using that 6'1" frame. Campbell University also played at Central Connecticut State. Dodge City had it for his JUCO.
Yeah, so not sure if you saw, but Mark kind of drew a mustache and beard on his mad face. He's still upset. Mark, you got fine penmanship. I was just joking. I'm a stand-up comedian. Give me a break.
One ear, though. Where's the...
Oh, yeah, he's only got one ear.
So he's not really hearing what we're saying.
It's because
can't hear the compliments.
It's his interpretation of Vincent van Gogh. Without even looking at it, he's going to say that's Vincent van Gogh, 100%.
Oh, he gave himself an earring.
Oh.
Yeah, we can't read that.
Yeah. It's a pierced earring.
A pierced earring.
Yeah.
Fourth down for the Syndicate.
Yeah, and I think we got a timeout on the field right now because they got to get this punt right. I mean, if they flub this punt, it could really be bad news for the Syndicate. They're already down 14-0 in this game. To come back against, we talked about the talent level that the Toros have. The Syndicate, they've got at or equal talent on their side, but the execution just has not been there for the Syndicate in this football game.
Well, in their first couple of drives, Hunt was under medium pressure, and now he's under immense pressure, I would say. It's been ratcheted up to where he's having to scramble every single time.
Yeah.
The run game, they're not getting a lot, so something's got to change here.
Yeah, and you see the difference in what they faced last week. Yeah. He wasn't touched.
Yeah, he had all day back there. It was like he had a halo around him and they couldn't touch him.
Or a bubble.
A bubble. He was bubble wrapped. I like that. Fourth down for the Syndicate. 49 seconds to go in this first quarter. It has dragged on a bit here. We've had some dramatics, tempers flaring on both sides. Teams seem to have been able to calm themselves down, but this punt really important for the Syndicate. Early.
See when guys move early, flags are thrown. I wouldn't go back to that penalty where they threw a touchdown. Whenever it's an offense or defensive penalty, it's irregardless. If the offense starts before the play starts, you blow it dead 100% of the time, and they didn't do that on the first touchdown pass of the game.
Yeah. There's that early movement. You can see it from the left side of the Syndicate.
You got to be a little more disciplined there at the line of scrimmage. You're going to hear Coach Champagne say, well, they moved, and that movement caused the line to move, and that's where the flag should have been. You got to be a little more disciplined.
Errors starting to stack up for the Syndicate. Need a big punt here to try to back up the Toros. They've had short field the last couple of rounds. Not going to get much from that one.
Kind of looked like it went off the side of the foot of the punter, so it's going to go out of bounds at around the 40-yard line. And the Toros are going to have excellent field position once again.
Still time to go in this first quarter, 42 seconds. I mean, Meister last week looked better, but tonight 23-yard punt coming in, but tonight can't seem to connect that leg with that foot.
Yeah, and you can't really blame a bad snap or pressure. That step is getting to him now.
Absolutely, it is.
It's getting to him, and he's got plenty of time to gather it. You know, that first punt, it wasn't the best snap, and the guy on the left side kind of whiffed when, number 37, when McHaney went in there and just made a great block. The snaps have been good. The protection's been good. Just the punting has been bad.
Yeah, need to just try to back up the Toros, but here they are, 1st and 10. On the 40, driving in. Arndt with the play fake. No, he did give it to him.
Yeah, it's just a draw. Yeah, not even a draw. Just you let your guy go in motion. You let the play start, and you hand it off to your running back, and you let your big offensive linemen do what they do. 19, Alonzo Graham. These guys are talented running backs.
Picks up 9. I think we're 1 short of the first down.
Alfonso Graham, excuse me.
Yes, Alfonso.
I think it's going to be the last play of the first quarter.
We'll let the clock run down, but you're watching Syndicate Football on United Football Media Network.
When elite athletes want to level up, they train at SKP. From professional athletes to the next generation, SKP is building stronger, faster, more confident competitors. Whether your child is just starting or chasing the next level, train where the pros train. Join the SKP family today.
The best high school football coverage can only be found on Texas Sports Productions, on the app, streaming, and on TV. Your favorite high school sports only on Texas Sports Productions, each and every week for free.
Welcome back to the field. This is a must-stop situation
Absolutely.
for the Syndicate.
100%, an absolute must-stop for the Syndicate. They've got great field position once again. We've got first quarter stats here.
Lovely. Just waiting as we get formality underway.
I loved Mark Kusenberger. Like, he sprinted over here.
He did. It was very quick. Yes.
I didn't know that he had those.
And quiet. Didn't know he was behind us.
Yeah,
but didn't scare me.
A couple of things that we need to look at right now. Hunt, 4-15 for 26 yards. That's just not going to do it for the Syndicate. They've got to give him a little more time. They've got to allow him an opportunity to make plays. It seems like, 3/4 of those plays, he had somebody in his hip pocket before that play even got started.
Yep, he's under immense pressure. Arndt, lots of time, finds the receiver. It's going to be a first down for the Toros, and this is danger territory.
Yeah, and look at what the Toros are doing right now. They're using play action to kind of give Arndt a little bit of time to throw. When you fake that handoff, it just kind of stops the linebacker, stops everyone from really over pursuing. And he's a great quarterback. He's going to find an open receiver. That time, he found number 9 Harris for the first down.
Harris, a Richardson, Texas product, played at Oklahoma Baptist University, but also in the NFL, Pittsburgh Steelers and Atlanta Falcons in 24 and 23.
I've heard of those teams.
Yeah,
Wendy.
right. Not a bad person to go to.
Yeah.
1st and 10 for the Toros inside the 20. On the run, going to try to sneak a couple of yards. It does well, picks up maybe 4.
Yeah, he was eventually chased down by Timone, but not before. Nice pickup of about 5 yards.
Alonzo Graham.
If you looked, it was like a little bit of a stiff arm that allowed him to create a little bit of space to pick up some extra yards. Are there stiff arms in rugby? Absolutely, there's stiff arms in rugby.
Man. Yeah, stiff arms, fens, hand to the face, yes.
Did you call it a fen?
Yeah, fend. We borrow some English.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to fend you now.
I will fend you.
I'm not going to stiff arm you, but I'm going to fend you.
But you have to do it kindly. You have to smile.
Do you say it like that, though?
No.
Oh.
No, they don't like it when you make fun of their accents.
Oh, boy.
Because with Kiwis and Australians, and for those watching, I'm a rugby player, former rugby player and announcer. Second football game for me. So.
Yeah, false start. And the fact that this is your second game is blowing me away. Again, it took me a decade to come even close to how good you are as a broadcaster. So I really wish you wouldn't have said that, because now you're making me look so bad by saying that.
No, it's just your support, Gabe. And Mark's support is really the difference maker for me.
Oh, I know. He is wonderful.
Yeah.
Even him and his mean-faced little earringed guy. I'm waiting for the nose ring to come.
Second quarter. Major pressure coming.
That's a great
Look at that
setup.
Footwork by Devontae Price.
Great setup play. Did he get in?
Waiting for the signal.
Yeah, I think they say he got in for a touchdown.
Oh, my goodness. Way to make something of nothing
That
there.
was an excellent execution play. Look at the right. Look as he bounces off. Oh, yeah. Great job by the officials seeing that he broke the plane at the end of that play. That was just sensational offense. I mean, there's not a whole lot more you can say about that play.
Second touchdown for Price.
Yeah, well set up. Caught Price over the middle. He had his blockers downfield. It was kind of a delayed little pass, so you let your like a screen, you let your defenders up front over pursue. Just great execution.
Point attempt coming up. Almendares has been very good today. Put them 21 points clear in this second quarter. Looks like it's up. It's definitely got the leg.
Yeah.
There it is. There's the confirmation. 21-0. San Antonio Toros taking control here. You're watching Syndicate Football on the United Football Media Network.
Some people judge a book by its cover, and if you're not what people are looking for, you're kind of like a reject.
School, it feels like everyone's staring at me and I'm just kind of not really a person.
It just feels hard today. Nobody was listening to me.
Try to understand me more, and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at soundedouttogether.org.
Got land or thinking of buying some? With Southwest Homes, building your dream home has never been easier. Introducing Build Now Financing. No construction loan, no payments during construction, no interest while we build. That's less stress and more time to focus on your future. Personalize your home, your way, on your land. Southwest Homes. We make it easy to build on your land. Visit yourswh.com today.
Now we got some interesting news there, Wendy.
We did. We figured out. So you were right, Gabe. We did have an ejection in the first quarter, and it was newly signed Quintavious Workman, who's been a star for this team in just a few minutes, right?
Yeah.
But now he's gone.
Yeah, big loss for the Syndicate offensively. And here's the thing: you don't have just enormous rosters. You don't have big rosters. You have smaller rosters. So when anybody gets kicked out of a game, that's a big blow. When one of your guys who you're counting on, look there, there's
Lady Bird Monroe, professional wrestling champion, and Ridge.
Ridge is his name.
I don't know his last name, but
coolest name ever. His name is Ridge, spelt with a W.
No.
A Y.
No,
Okay.
Yes. A Y. RYDGE. We had a long conversation about this, and Gabe still getting it wrong.
Oh, man, I didn't take my ADHD medicine this morning. Here we go.
Chance here for the Syndicate. Oof. Oh, no. He met a wall of Toros. The herd.
Yeah, that's a gaggle of Toros right there, my friends. And you talk about preparation for games. That right there is just excellent coverage in special teams. You know, little things win football games, especially early in the season. And the Toros just look like they're very well prepared. Now, that's not to say that as the season continues and progresses, that level of preparation, that level of execution won't be there for the Syndicate. Quite frankly, I'm certain that it will.
I agree. I think, that they had camp 2 weeks before this preseason game against a semi-professional team.
Yeah.
It's their first outing, right? Like, they're just getting all these pieces together. And it's going to take a little bit of time. It's not a very long season, so they've got to get it quickly.
Yeah.
If they can. 1st and 10 for the Syndicate. They've had a bunch of 3-and-outs. They're going to go with the run. Picks up maybe a loss there, actually. 1 yard for a loss and another helmet rolling off.
We're going to say that he got back to the line of scrimmage. That was 23 for, was that Raekwon Smith? Yeah, that was Raekwon Smith on the carry. They're just trying to change different looks. You got to run the football to execute in the passing game. I mean, there's got to be a level of balance offensively. So we'll see if maybe that run right there freezes that defensive line a little bit and allows Hunt to throw the ball.
2nd and 10 for the Syndicate. Hunt just scrambling a bit, trying to find an open receiver, looks downfield, finds the receiver, but it's bounced out again. We've seen this over and over, Gabe.
Yeah, it was a really well-thrown ball, but I think it was just better defense there. That was number 20. That was Johnson who got his hand in there. It was a flag thrown. What's the end of this? That's just a great defensive play, Wendy. That's just excellent defensive play. We got a hold
face mask
against the Syndicate. Yeah, that was a hold. Hold and a face mask kind of look similar.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Especially if the referee kind of goes up to his face.
Yeah, okay.
You'd like to see the signal a little lower to the chest hole area, if you will, but, easy mistake to make.
Sure, fair enough. 3rd and 10 for the Syndicate.
Yeah, they're gonna decline that penalty, and they're gonna make it third and long. So we'll see what Coach Champagne and that offensive crew has built in right now. They're bringing the pressure.
Yep, Hunt just has to pray this one up. He does toss it out. Had a little bit of space with the receiver, but so much. There's 4 guys coming at him. What are you going to do?
Yeah, that was what you call an all-out blitz. I mean, they brought the house, and there's just not a whole lot you can do. Hunt right now, 4 of 17 for 26 yards. Wendy, that's not going to get it done. It's just absolutely not going to get it done. And yet 3 catches by a guy who was ejected. So 3 of the 4 catches were by Workman, who's no longer there no more.
Oh, yeah, that's tough to work from. And when we look at that, the game last week against the Tennessee Hornets for the Toros, they had 22 first downs. So today, not as many first downs, but now starting to really get the momentum going. I think we're going to see that stat climb as now we've got
a much better punt this time.
Yep, much better punt. So the return attempt for the Syndicate finds a seam on the outside. Ooh, horse collar.
Maybe that might be a horse collar, but I did see a hat fly, and I also saw a young man who, after the hat flew, got belted.
Yeah.
A very scary play. Watch this, folks.
Bottom of the screen, I think.
So a hat flies off, and then he takes a shot. Oh, my goodness. And then you see the jersey grab, which, I mean, that looks like a horse collar tackle, but I don't know if they're going to call that.
Yeah, that was Gamble trying to return. Yeah, big injury as they assess that Syndicate player.
Yeah, 35-yard punt, 16-yard return. But right now, we're looking at hopefully that young man there on the field is going to be okay, because he took a shot without his helmet on.
Yep.
And it wasn't an illegal hit. It wasn't malicious. It was just kind of the result of a very unfortunate circumstance. His hat just flew off, and as it flows off, he's kind of leaning forward, and a member of the Toros team comes and he just takes a shot.
Yeah. Not malicious at all, and that helmet, I think it just flew off. Maybe didn't have the straps on.
Yeah, I do a lot of football, Wendy, and it just amazes me when I was playing ball, whether it was middle school, high school, or I was fortunate to play college football. Our helmets never came off.
Yeah, you don't see it very often.
And no, you see it all the time now. I'm like, buckle up your chin strap. I mean, you gotta tie that thing up, and we've seen the helmets fly off. What's that, the 4th or 5th time we've seen a helmet fly off?
Yeah, lots of hats coming off in this one.
I love that you call it hats. That is so football. You're picking this up so good.
You said it, so then I think it's cool, and I want to say it because you're cool, right?
Yeah. So look at the starting field position for the Toros here after this play. Handoff just goes to the right. Nice pickup about 8. But they're the starting the starting drives. The Syndicate starts at the 11. The Toros start at the 42. The Syndicate starts at the 33. The San Antonio 42. I mean, the starting field position for San Antonio has just been
stellar,
tremendous.
Yeah, it's just been handed to them on a platter, and they're making touchdowns happen. It's 21-0.
Yeah,
11 minutes to go in the second quarter. Yeah. They haven't been able to back the Toros up, and that's a big problem.
Yeah, don't ever let anyone tell you field position doesn't make a difference in football, because it does.
Yeah. Second down for the Toros, about 2 to go. Arndt has a lot of time. Wide open receiver, well-covered receiver. Pass broken up one more time. Those defensive backs of both sides have been putting in the work today.
Yeah, they played really well, and that was just a great defensive play by number 14. Who was that?
Brown.
Yeah, that was Stacy Brown, who just got his hand in there and knocked that thing away. Not a terrible pass, a good route, just a better defensive play.
Third down. Big stop would be really key for Syndicate here. They've been in a couple of situations where they've needed to make stops.
Yeah, this is 4-down territory. Look for them to hand it off to one of their running backs right here. Or just their quarterback keeping it and lunging forward and getting a first down.
Yeah, it's definitely across the 40. We'll have to see if the call comes in. Looks like they did make the first down, so 1st and 10. Drive stays alive for the Toros.
Yeah, when you got a quarterback who's 6'4", 215 pounds, just tell him to fall forward.
Yep.
That's all you got to do.
The tree was chopped and it fell over.
And let me tell you something, folks. I've seen him, a lot of guys kind of fib, if you will, on their height. He is every bit of 6'4". He's a good-sized kid. Very, very mobile quarterback. And you give him just a little bit of time, Wendy, he's gonna do really well offensively.
He's a coach also, so he's most recently coached the Ottawa Red Blacks and then Edmonton Elks. Offensive coordinator. Ball loose.
Yeah, it looked like the ball came out there, and it was recovered by number 19, Graham. It looked like he recovered his own. Let's see if that. Oh yeah, that ball popped loose, and just you talk about a lucky bounce. That went right back into his breadbasket.
Yep, he got really lucky there.
Yeah.
But Arndt, a high IQ player, and we're seeing that tonight.
Oh yeah.
He's starting to pick apart this defense a bit. I mean, the Syndicate are holding up really well, but I think Arndt has just too much time. Now the pressure comes, the blitz, and pass again. They've got to start making these passes, but they're just dropping them.
Yeah, that was just dropped by
Legendre, I believe.
Legendre, yeah.
Out of University of Louisiana Lafayette.
That sounds like a bit of a Cajun kind of name, Legendre.
Yes, yeah.
You know, just a drop. There's not a whole lot of commentary when when the ball hits you in the hands. You got to pull it in and you got to, get yards. That's just a flat drop.
3rd and long for the Toros. Second quarter, 9.5 to go. Arndt making some calls. You can see him coming to the line. Looking for the open receiver. Finds a seam in the middle, but caught from behind. That's a big tackle right there.
Yeah, that's a great tackle by number 15 for the Syndicate. That is Njang.
That was, key stop there. So now decision time. 4th and 5, maybe 6 yards. Arndt still out there.
Yeah, you got to go for it here. This is one of those spots where you can't really, you can punt the ball.
Yeah, it's just tough though.
You're playing with house money right now. You're up 20. You're up big, 21-0 in this football game right now.
Might as well.
The only counter is if you don't get this first down, you don't want to give the Syndicate any sort of life in a game like this.
It would be great field positioning. Drops it down to Price, who's got 2 touchdowns. He's not going to get there. He's going to be short, so it'll be turned over to Syndicate.
Yeah, and that's the one thing about not trying to pooch that thing down there inside the 5-yard line and making the Syndicate go the length of the field. You kind of roll the dice on a 4th and 5, 4th and 6 there around the 35-yard line. If you don't get it, you're giving the Syndicate a little bit of life right now. And even though Workman, their biggest playmaker, is gone, they still got playmakers.
Yeah.
You hit a guy open in space, and he breaks a tackle, he's going to score a touchdown. All of a sudden, that 2-score lead is not it doesn't look that astronomical, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, last week we had Marcellus Johnson played
Look at that.
very well.
Actually, got Jerry Glanville. Look at Coach Glanville, former Oilers and Atlanta Falcons head football coach, is the defensive coordinator for the San Antonio Toros.
20 years of NFL experience out there in Glanville. You're right. Syndicate, 1st and 10 for them. Need to get some production going. Hunt dropping back. He's not going to find the open receiver.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to take advantage of the over pursuit. There's just not enough time to set up. Those are all timing plays, and there's not enough time to set up that timing play because the other guys that aren't those kind of bull rushers at the front are playing very disciplined defense and staying where they need to stay in their assignments.
2nd and 10 for the Syndicate.
Yeah, this is a big possession for the Syndicate right now. They've got to, I say they got to score. They got to get some first downs and keep that defense off the field.
Yeah, they need an actual drive. It's Hunt trying to make something happen, almost picked off.
Yeah, it looked like he overthrew his receiver. The ball got tipped up and right into the direction of a couple of Toros. Let's see if this ball is
8 straight incompletes.
Yeah. It's
for the Syndicate, for Hunt.
Not good.
Yeah, it's
not good. But here's that's kind of 8 straight incompletions. But a lot of that, Wendy, has to do with just the pressure that Hunt is.
Oh
under.
yeah, they're throwing everything at him.
Like that incompletion there. I'm going to say that's look. They're bringing linebackers. They're bringing everybody.
Yeah.
It's like every play is the same.
Oh, almost gets it into the hands. His receiver did a lot to try to help Hunt out there, but you're right. I mean, everybody's coming. He doesn't have a lot of options. If the run game's not going to happen here, I don't know what Syndicate does.
Yeah, they're bringing everybody at the line of scrimmage. They're bringing both linebackers. They're rushing 6-7 guys.
Yeah.
And what they're saying is, you got to make a play to beat us.
There's Workman.
There's going to be an open receiver somewhere, but you got to find him.
That's right.
And what we're banking on is that our athleticism in that interior front is going to be better than whatever offense you're going to run.
4th and 10 for the Syndicate. Going to go ahead and punt. Meister hasn't had a lot there. Maybe someone got a hand on it because that is a very bad punt again for the Syndicate.
Takes a nice roll.
Yeah, picks up a little bit.
I wasn't able to see the actual punt itself because I was looking at the screen. 16-yard punt.
Yeah. Not what the Syndicate need. They need to try to drop this Toro team back into their own end.
I don't know that ball was blocked. I think it was just another, the pressure
funky?
was there, and it was just a bad punt.
So Toros again have very advantageous field position.
Yeah.
They'll be on their end just a hair. 47-yard line.
Not by a lot.
Yeah, or 53-yard line, excuse me, yeah. Not by a lot, but 21-0, 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Syndicate not able to get much going. Run play.
Yeah, it's a great job defensively by the Syndicate. They tried a little underneath handoff, a little delayed handoff, and good discipline by that defensive front. I want to say that was Robinson Jr. who kind of came from the backside to slow that thing down, keeping it to a 1-yard pickup.
Yeah, Michael Robinson Jr., just 23 years of age, out of Jackson State University. Also had some time at Mississippi State University as well.
Yeah.
That's where these young players are learning as we go. But there's a depth of experience on both sides as well.
100%. Or as the kids say, 100.
Or they're cooking.
Oh, yeah.
Arndt finds the open receiver. That's a great pickup.
That's Cardenas.
About 8 yards.
Yeah.
Snagged by the tight end. Cardenas, as you said,
Oscar
Gabe.
Cardenas.
Yep.
Little note. He and his dad and I are very good friends. His dad coached against my brother Joey when he was at Harlandale. My brother was at McCullough. Excellent. One of the greatest football families and one of the nicest football families. A lot of coaches. He's got a lot of uncles that are coaches.
Yep.
His uncle Ed was the head coach at Jefferson, just retired. His dad Oscar was a great coach at Harlandale. One of the best, probably one of the greatest assistant coaches San Antonio will ever see. And his son stand out at UTSA and a great tight end here with the Toros.
1st and 10. Direct snap, not going to pick up anything
they tried
for Legendre.
Yeah, they tried just a straight wildcat. They tried something a little different. It's the first time they've given that look where they snap it straight to a tailback, and they just say go. And again, try and hope that your athleticism can out-athleticize the other side.
2nd and about 11.
It did not in that instance, just so you know.
Yeah.
They did not out-athleticize the other side.
We're getting back into must-stop territory for the Syndicate. The defense, though, has stopped the running game. They haven't had much for a bit. Arndt's going to try to just drop it down. And again, just pick up maybe a yard. So the defense doing very well for the Syndicate.
Yeah, just dropping it down, low little dump pattern to try and let your athlete make a play. Good job defensively, though. The Syndicate, they've shown times and moments where they're very good defensively.
Yes.
They just are. I think the field position, though, has been a bit much. And they've been on the field a ton in this football game.
You can tell that the IQ's there, though. They're stopping the plays. They're smart. It's a smart defense, but you're right. That fitness could become a concern. Going to drop it down again, trying to get something going. Couldn't quite get it to Andrew Henry, so we'll have 4th down coming up for the Toros.
Yeah, normally I would say you got to catch that ball. I think that may have been a bit high for Henry. Watch, he comes out of it was a little high. If you get your hands on it, every coach says you got to catch that football. But in kind of that area where you got to catch it knowing there's just a plethora of athletes everywhere. There's a lot going on. That one, I'll say, I'll err on the side of it's okay. I get that you didn't catch that one.
Yeah. It was going to be a tough one to try to pull in anyways.
Yeah, and I think that brings them a 4th down, doesn't it?
It does bring them to 4th down.
We got a timeout on the field. So 4:57 remaining. If I'm the Toros, I punt the football. I don't give the Syndicate a chance because if they let's go ahead and take a break.
No breathing room is going to be given potentially here. You're watching Syndicate football on the United Football Media Network.
It's good to be different.
Be red, deliciously different.
Beautiful shot of the Pflugerville scoreline. It's not a scoreline. It's
a skyline.
Skyline.
Yeah.
Some kind of pinks and purples and
lots of hues. We have a lot of different hues out there. What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is like hunter green.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm not going to tell you it. I'm surprised that you gave up that information that quickly.
Oh my God, it's like the gravy again. It's like the gravy again. I thought we were friends, Gabe.
Chester Pig White. That's my favorite color.
I don't understand what that. What
it's not bone. It's not eggshell. Okay. It's Chester Pig White. That's my favorite color.
Pigs are pink.
Not the Chester Pig ones. The Chester Pig ones are kind of off white.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Were you in 4-H?
No, my son is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I don't say. I mean, he's great. Loves it. Oh God, we've got more to the face.
More. No, I think the face is the same. The pier steering is there.
Yeah.
4th down for the Toros.
They're
going for it. Yep. Arndt has to scramble a bit. Finds a receiver over the top. There's another 1st down.
Yeah, that's Cardenas.
It's Cardenas again.
Big target. Great hands. I mean, there's if you follow University of Texas San Antonio football, they won the conference a few years ago. And he made the biggest catch in program history.
Yes,
He secured the conference championship. Look at that moon. That's a Wayne Huizenga moon right there.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. That's a Tom Petty moon.
Keeps the drive alive. 1st and 10 for the Syndicate, 30-yard. Art starting to have just lots of time back there. The receiver, did they get their hand under it? Looks like
that's a catch.
Yep. It's a catch
by
Wayne Ruby.
Yeah, Ruby just ran a great route. And that's one of those passes that comes out of the hand before the receiver's at his spot.
Yeah,
the
has to come back for it.
Receiver's not even there yet. The quarterback is throwing to a spot on the field. The receiver's got to go back and get that ball. You could tell that these guys have been working with each other for a while. That's timing.
Yeah, that gelling that we're seeing from the Toros. It's really starting to get the engines revving here too. 2nd down for the Toros. Aren't looking for the end zone. Can't quite grab it in, but it was intended for. Apologize, I couldn't see that.
Yeah, it looks like
player.
Yeah, looks like it was intended there on the far sideline, trying to get. Yeah, still can't get it. Maybe we can get it here on the replay.
Yeah,
it was great. It was a great defensive play. That's for sure.
It was Ruby on the attempt, and then Timoni.
Yeah,
the defensive play there.
Yeah, it was one of the first. It was one of the first times that Arntz lined up under center. You just don't see a lot of that. But he lined up under center, a little play action pass, trying to get the receiver open on the far sideline, and just didn't happen.
3rd and short for the Toros. Lots of time again. Going to toss one up. It's just not quite on target. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, they tried a little hitch and go pattern there, and it looked like there was some contact made, but no flag was thrown. Let's watch the top of this. You see the little hitch, and you see the receiver go up. You saw the contact there. It was a pretty decent route, just a little bit overthrown.
Yeah, a little too much juice on it. Brings up 4th, but they're going to go for it here.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe not. Here comes Hayden.
No, I think they're going to bring in their kicker. I think they're going to try a field goal here.
Yep, field goal attempt coming up.
Yeah. He'll be spotted at the 31, so a 41-yard field goal right here.
It's been good on the point attempts. A little bit longer distance for Almendares. Looks like it's got the leg. There's excellent. The official call. Yep. Field goal, 24-0 for the Toros. Definitely keeping it going here, the Toros.
Yeah, they're executing at all levels. 24-0 right now. 3:12 remaining in this game, but just kind of all components of what you need to be successful in football. They've limited the penalties. They've been excellent on special teams. That 41-yard field goal there. That's I don't care what level you're playing at. I know this is professional football. That's a tough field goal to make. It's an expected field goal to make when you're playing at this level, but. The passing has been good. The offense and defensive line play. The defensive line play has been, to me, the thing that has just shown more than anything. It has been just tremendous for the Toros, but their offensive line has played just good enough to allow Arndt to do his thing and to help that offense put 24 points on the board.
That score was 9 plays, 30 yards, 4 minutes and 43 seconds. And then the field goal.
41-yarder by Almendares.
But the stop there, you got to feel.
Oh, rainbow.
Nice. Oh, look at that, just above the upright.
Double rainbow?
Double.
No, just single rainbow.
Super gay. I love it.
Oh, my God.
But the stop to get to the field goal there for the Syndicate, when you're looking for things to build on this return, whoa, that's pretty good, though, 30 yards.
Yeah, it's
a decent return. But when you're looking for positives from the Syndicate side, they stop them for the field goal. They don't let the touchdown happen. I think you got to kind of, I'm scratching here, Gabe. I'm trying.
Yeah, there's sometimes, Wendy, there's no sugarcoating anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not always double rainbows when your team is struggling 24-0. I don't like the way that their sense of urgency is out there on returning that kicks. It's just sometimes it's hard to rainbow stuff up.
That's just true.
It's not all a Kermit the Frog song.
Yeah,
Wendy.
That was DeJuan Bell with the return. Hunt gonna try to find something. Can't quite bring it in. That's a big play that needed to happen.
Yeah, you got to make those catches. That's number 8. That's Johnson. You got to bring that thing in. That's one of the few times you've had both of your hands on a ball down the field, and he just dropped it.
Yeah.
And
we had this in the first quarter where the Syndicate had some good throws and Hunt had some time and then not able to bring him in. They really got to look at these wide receivers.
I do like the quick get the ball out of his hands play. I'd like to see more quick, his 10th straight incompletion. But, when you drop back to pass, that defensive line is doing a great job. And I don't know if that ball was tipped or if that hit an offensive lineman.
I think it hit an offensive lineman. Incomplete pass.
Well, it should be a penalty.
See it here. That'll be the 11th straight incomplete for the Syndicate.
Yeah. At some point, you got to try and change up the play calling a little bit and get the ball out of his hands quickly with crossing patterns, with underneath routes. But, when you're not always going to be able to just drop back as they hand the football off.
Nice pickup there, 5 yards for the Syndicate, but going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, with 2:37, going for it this early in a game at least has to be something that's on your mind. Looks like they're going to punt the football.
Yeah, I kind of want to go for it, just because of the grit, but I think the strategic play.
The Hunt's still on the field. He hasn't come off, so.
It is, it's 5 yards. See what they can do here. Expect a pass.
Yeah, what you expect is the best play in your playbook to pick up 5 yards.
Yep. Hunt dropping well back. He's got pressure coming all over him, trying to look downfield. Incomplete pass again. That's number 12 in a row.
Yeah, and he was trying to get that, I believe, to Bell. And, those plays, again, are ending before they even start. When you got your quarterback running for his life, because the Toros have made it very, very clear. We are going to put a premium on pressure.
Yeah.
How do you offset that pressure? You run plays that get the ball out of his hands quick. You saw there on the 5-yard pickup on the draw play. Those types of plays where you take advantage of the over pursuit of what they're doing defensively is how you offset that. To this point, Coach Champagne and the offense, they haven't been able to offset that.
Yeah, they haven't. That'll bring the defense out for the Syndicate. We do have a little huddle happening again.
We have a referee. That's not a scrum. That's a mullet.
It's a huddle.
A huddle. That's a huddle. Okay. I'm learning the nomenclature.
It's communion.
Is that what they call it in rugby, a communion?
No.
Wendy, I'm so impressionable.
Now I'm misleading you.
Oh, I'm going to now the gloves are off. I'm going to start doing that now.
No. I'm going to say dumb things then.
It's a 2-minute warning. Duh.
That makes sense.
Mark
Second quarter.
Kusenberger. He's not the best. I'll tell you what.
No, he is. He's the best.
No, he is the best. But I'll tell you what, Mark is also is an incredible broadcaster. Like, he is one of the very best I've worked with. And this guy knows more. He's probably forgotten more about football than I'll ever know.
Oh, yeah, my wife is in the crowd, and look at she got the full rainbow.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's great.
Not a double rainbow, but it's a full rainbow.
Gold at the end of it for somebody. 1st and 10 for the Toros. They've got good field position again. 35-yard line. Run play. Going to pick up just a few. That's some good leg drive there.
Yeah, that's just effort at the end of that play. There's no analyzing that. That's just your guy trying harder than our guy.
Yep.
And I believe that was number 24 on the pickup. That was Price. Well, he's had a nice game, hasn't he? 2
touchdowns. Yeah, Price has come in and just lit this place on fire.
The Price has been right tonight.
Yes. 2nd down, short for the Toros. They've been here all night tonight and scored 3 touchdowns, 1 field goal. Going to go just check down pass, 1st down for the Toros. They keep it alive.
Yeah, but all that starts with just time.
Yep.
Arndt has all day to throw, check things down, and the luxury that he has, Hunt does not have on the on the Syndicate side.
Yeah, the contrast is very clear here.
We're under a minute.
2nd quarter, just a few moments left. Arndt just has all day. He has to scramble now at the end you get a bit of penetration and.
Yeah, I don't know if he was trying to throw that away or if he was trying to get it to Harris. Either way, Harris kind of got his hands on it. He was flushed out of the pocket. And then, no, he was trying to get it to him.
Yeah, just trying
nice
to,
defense. I don't know if it was a great defensive play. I still don't know if that ball would have been caught had it gotten to the receiver.
It was Stacy Brown with the breaking up of the pass. Brings up second down.
Yeah, 45 ticks left in what can only be described as the longest first half in the history of first halves.
Yeah, not quite maybe the opener we wanted for the Continental Football League. Plenty to come as Art going to just slide in, picks up maybe 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, you got to be real careful with contact at the end of that play. I think the defender held up just enough, but the rule is when a quarterback, especially a quarterback, gives himself up, you do not make contact. Mm-hmm. And he was hit, but it looked like the defender just kind of held up enough.
Third down. Looking for the end zone.
The ball was intercepted.
Interception by the Syndicate.
Yeah, it looked like that ball was thrown just behind the intended receiver, and they're making a great play for the Syndicate was Timone.
Timone, he's done very well tonight. Gets an interception, stops another Toros attack.
Let me see if that ball was thrown a little behind the receiver. It looked like it may have been, it looked like it was thrown just a hair behind the receiver, but great coverage. And Timone was in the right spot to hold that in.
Another look at it. You can see Timone just steps in front of it, essentially. But big-time play for the Syndicate. They'll take over, and they're not going to have good field position. They're going to have to work out.
Oh, they're going to say he did not get into the end zone. I think here you just hand it off one time, or even get under center and run a quarterback sneak. What you don't want is a safety. You finally got a little bit of momentum. You just don't want anything bad to happen here.
High snap. The run, though, picking up the legs. That was fantastic. Picks up 5 yards.
Yeah, that should be the last play of the first half.
Bring us down to second half. Yeah. What a first half we've had. The Toros 24-0. Gabe, what an opening to the Continental Football League.
One thing is for certain, there's a lot of talent on both sides of the field.
We will take a break. We'll be back with halftime in a bit, but Syndicate football on United Football Media Network.
When elite athletes want to level up, they train at SKP. From professional athletes to the next generation, SKP is building stronger, faster, more confident competitors. Whether your child is just starting or chasing the next level, train where the pros train. Join the SKP family today.
The best high school football coverage can only be found on Texas Sports Productions, on the app, streaming, and on TV. Your favorite high school sports only on Texas Sports Productions, each and every week for free.
Look at that shot, Gabe. The moon tonight.
Yeah.
Is it full?
It is full-ish, I think. Is that a cloud? What is that?
Yeah, it's a witch.
It's a what?
A witch.
Is that yeah. See, we've been kind of trying to mix in rugby terms and football terms, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm an idiot. Like, I am a highly functioning idiot, but I'm an idiot nonetheless. So I didn't know if maybe the witch was. It's a full moon.
It's a Halloween reference, not a rugby reference.
Thank you. Well, I don't know that. I could be a Quidditch reference for all I know.
It was just it's the classic October moon, even though it's May.
I played intramural Quidditch.
Did you? Is that the way you run around?
I'm 54 years old. Harry Potter. The books may have been written, but
No, they weren't, because I was reading them on my honeymoon, and that wasn't that long ago.
Okay, well, there you go.
I think I was reading like book 3.
That might be the oddest sport ever is Quidditch.
Yeah, running around with a broom between your legs.
Yeah, you got to run around with the broom between your legs. And they actually play intramural Quidditch.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it at universities.
We're looking at some halftime highlights. Not a lot of highlights, though, for the Syndicate. It's been all Toros. And it really started with that blocked punt to start the first half.
Yeah, tough there, and you can see, and you're going to see here on the highlights, Hunt is just under so much pressure. They're throwing the kitchen sink at him. He doesn't have a lot of time. He really is trying to do the best he can.
Yeah.
And some of these run plays they're starting to come together, but they're just not picking it up enough to release that pressure.
Yeah, and if you just look at the passing yards, Hunt is 4 of 21 for 26 yards.
Yeah.
Will Arndt, 10 of 22 for 97 yards, but he's got 2 touchdown passes.
Right.
He does have the 1 interception, but kind of a moot point because, I'm not going to say it was a meaningless interception, but it was an interception at the end of the first half that was dominated by the Toros.
Yeah, and they've managed to get 24 points out of this one. So Syndicate defense, I think, is probably the highlight of the evening.
There have been times where the Texas Syndicate's played very well defensively, but again, see right there, that's the touchdown pass, and it looked like big number 73, his name is Logan Weedman. Looked like Weedman kind of jumped off sides as a result of the defender lunging at him, which should have been a penalty and a penalty against the defense.
Right.
But they should have blown that play dead. It shouldn't have been a touchdown.
Yeah.
And that was actually the first touchdown of the game for the Toros, and that kind of led at the beginning, and that was a result of a blocked punt.
Yeah, and so that's the first touchdown for the Toros. Cam Eccles goes down in the score sheet for first ever in the Continental Football League this year for the Toros.
Yeah, that was a kind of an odd shot there.
Got some shoes in it. It looked like some Nikes.
Yeah, so that right there is just, one of the few positive plays, one of the 4 receptions that Hunt had, or pass completions, I should say, in that first half. There wasn't a whole lot of them. But the reason there wasn't a whole lot of it, we've talked about this, that defensive front has been in his back pocket the entire game.
And there's another one, right, where the receivers, he's under pressure, but we're just not hauling him in when they need to.
Yeah. So we'll see what adjustments that they make here in the second half. Offensively, I think an adjustment for the Syndicate here in the second half has to be, crafting plays or drawing plays that get your quarterback to get rid of the football quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing about him staying in the pocket, he's not going to be able to set his feet, look for 3 or 4 or 5 seconds, the luxury that Arndt has. It's just not going to happen. That defensive front has made it an effort. That coaching staff has said, we are going to rush everybody, make a play. And to this point, they haven't done that.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for sure. And again, these teams are going to see each other. I'm writing this one down on the schedule. June 20th, they're going to play again. I think, we'll see. San Antonio is only going to get better, right?
Yep.
But same for Syndicate. Hopefully, some of the things they can fix. They've still got a whole 2 quarters to go in this game. But, I think Toros, they're starting with a stacked deck.
Yeah, they've got I think they've been doing this a little bit longer than the Syndicate have been doing it. And they made some mistakes. You see that drop pass there in the first half. They've made some mistakes too, but their mistakes have been lesser mistakes than what the Syndicate has made. The biggest mistake for the Syndicate was that blocked punt. It was a poor snap, and punter wasn't able to get it in. A great defensive play by the edge guy. That was, I believe, McCaney, who had that first block punt, and that kind of set the stage for the rest of the first half.
We'll step away for just a moment here. Halftime, Toros on top, 24-0. You're watching Syndicate football on the United Football Media Network.
Got land or thinking of buying some? With Southwest Homes, building your dream home has never been easier. Introducing Build Now Financing. No construction loan, no payments during construction, no interest while we build. That's less stress and more time to focus on your future. Personalize your home, your way, on your land. Southwest Homes. We make it easy to build on your land. Visit yourswh.com today.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
When elite athletes want to level up, they train at SKP. From professional athletes to the next generation, SKP is building stronger, faster, more confident competitors. Whether your child is just starting or chasing the next level, train where the pros train. Join the SKP family today.
The best high school football coverage can only be found on Texas Sports Productions, on the app, streaming, and on TV. Your favorite high school sports only on Texas Sports Productions, each and every week for free.
Welcome back. Just seeing the Pflugerville water tower there. We're getting some great shots from our crew.
Yeah, that's a nice looking water tower, if I don't say so myself.
But looking ahead, we got a lot of football to come. Next week, there's only one game, June 6th. It's going to be Texas Syndicate. They're going to have their first away game at Tall City Black Gold.
Yeah, and we found out what the black gold stood for.
That's right.
What does it stand for, Wendy?
Trees.
No, it's oil.
It's always oil.
No, that's literally what it is. Black. You think I'm lying to you, don't you?
No, I know you're right. I've seen Lawmen. It's black gold.
Texas tea. Black.
Yeah.
Remember from Black Gold? Yeah, from the Beverly Hillbillies. You didn't watch the Beverly Hillbillies?
Oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I was kind of sheltered growing up.
You're also way younger than me.
Yeah.
I'm like 54. Beverly Hillbillies were, I grew up. My first crush was Daisy May.
Yeah?
No, that's not true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was a character on
I also don't know who that
Beverly
is.
Hillbillies.
So.
Yeah, let's see. What's the score? We have
another game going on tonight. 28. The Bison are up over the Cincinnati Dukes, 28-14. 3:30 left in the fourth quarter, so not a lot of time left in that one.
Now, what's a bison?
It's a buffalo.
It's a buffalo. Yeah. Is that what it is? Is it a variation of the buffalo?
I think the bison is the indigenous name, and that's how they would prefer us to use it, but I'm not positive.
I don't even know what indigenous means. I know what it means. I just don't know. So you're saying that's the original name
I believe so.
That particular beast.
Yes.
Is a bison.
And then the white people came and tried to change it. The colonizers came.
All right, let's talk about this game
let's
here.
Let's talk about politics. Wait, no,
we're not going to talk about colonizationizers. We're not going to do that. 24-0. The Toros. Boy, Wendy, it's pretty obvious. You have talent on both sides of the field. I'm impressed. We talked about this last week. Those big wins, the 70-plus win that the Toros had over that team from Tennessee, and the 54-0 win over the Arkansas Nighthawks that the Syndicate had.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were indications of how good or bad these teams. We knew that they were going to be explosive if they have guys that are, plumbers playing against them, in front. With all due respect to those guys,
but
they're not professional football players.
Yeah.
And what you're seeing now is that level of talent on both sides. And you've called a ton of rugby. You know what it's like when you have an amateur team playing against a professional team. You're going to see that level of bigger, faster, stronger, and that's what we saw last week. This week, it seems like that bigger, faster, stronger is also just a little more disciplined on the Toro side.
Yeah, I think it is, and I think you also hit the nail on the head talking about how, I don't know how long the Toros have been playing together, but it seems like they're just gelling a lot better.
Yeah.
You know, the familiarity is there, you can tell.
You know, last week I had the opportunity of watching their game. I thought, again, from an athletic standpoint, I thought that they were pretty even. You get some bigger guys. I think the size on the Toros team was, you know, their offensive line is just massive. But, you know, at the end of the day, you got to be able to punt the football. You got to be able to cover. You got to be able to be creative in your play calling. And I think right now the Toros are just a little bit ahead of the Syndicate in all of those intangibles, if you will, that allow a team from being decent to good, from being good to great.
Yeah, and I think, you know, it's all those things. And right now I think the best thing going for the Syndicate is their defense.
Yeah.
They've got to make these catchable balls.
Yeah.
Because Hunt, he's doing the best he can.
Yeah, he's just under a lot of pressure. I mean, they are really putting a lot of pressure in, and I think that's something that they purposefully did on the Toros side is they saw something early, and that's we're going to put as much pressure on Hunt. And it's not necessarily a reflection of how good or bad an offensive line is, because when you rush 4 guys and you bring a safety and you bring 2 linebackers, and it's just a math situation. You got more rushers than you do blockers. So what does that offense have to do? They've got to figure out a way to get rid of that football or hand the ball off. Right. I think their ratio from passing to running was just so, you know, one-sided. You got to keep teams, their defenses, you got to keep some semblance of balance, and I think they're not doing that. And you know, you go to a halftime locker room, and those are the types of things that you work on in that halftime locker room. Are those types of adjustments? I wouldn't be shocked if they do come back. They do have food now. Look at that big plate of food.
I know. Maybe he'll be happier now. Maybe he'll be happier.
That is a hodgepodge. You got corn. You got a long breadstick. You got 2 different types of noodle. You got 2 different types of macaroni. That's 2 different types of macaroni there. Anyways, that all said, can you tell I didn't take my ADHD medicine this morning?
No, you're good. Yeah.
All right, let's take one more break because we've got about 4 minutes left in this halftime.
Yeah, we'll take a break. We'll step away, but we'll be back with your second half. You're watching Syndicate Football on United Football Media Network.
When elite athletes want to level up, they train at SKP. From professional athletes to the next generation, SKP is building stronger, faster, more confident competitors. Whether your child is just starting or chasing the next level, train where the pros train. Join the SKP family today.
High school football coverage can only be found on Texas Sports Productions, on the app, streaming, and on TV. Your favorite high school sports only on Texas Sports Productions, each and every week for free.
So, Gabe, if you're in that locker room, what are we looking at making changes here? What can you feasibly change?
Yeah, I think right now, you know, your offensive line is struggling. And again, I don't think it's an indication that they're any worse off than what the Toros are bringing. I just think the game plan from what the Toros are bringing is just a little more advanced. They're blitzing on every play. Mm-hmm. I think if you're Coach Champagne, an adjustment that you make is figuring out maybe a check down at the line of scrimmage. You know, your quarterback can see that pressure's coming. He's got to be astute enough to understand okay, I'm going to call an audible right now. I'm going to call a different play to check down to offset what they're doing. Maybe that's running the football a little bit more. Maybe that's dumping it down to a tight end or having a quick crossing pattern. They got to figure out a way to get the ball out of Hunt's hands before that pressure gets there. Because if you're hoping that your quarterback's going to drop back, look around, and complete a pass, that ain't going to happen. The Toros are not going to allow that to happen. They can get to that point later in this second half if they mix it up a little bit and you give the Toros a reason to not blitz every play.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest adjustment is trying to find out some creative play calling. And again, some creative play calling from the quarterback to see that the pressure's coming to dump something down.
Yeah, try something else, right?
Yeah.
But then if you're the Syndicate, they've come up against if you're the Toros, they've come up against some good defense.
Yeah.
But they're scored 24 points.
A lot of that has to do with field position.
Yeah.
Wendy. I mean, you look at where the Toros have started just about every time. They've started at or in Syndicate the side of the field. So what you want is field position. It makes a difference in these types of games. And little things like executing your punts. We've seen that the punter, he's got the ability to get a good leg into the ball. Football is a game of momentum, and the momentum was very poor. It was a poor start for the Syndicate because of that first block punt.
Yeah,
execution, just execute, do the little things right, get some creative play calling. I know these aren't major adjustments. It's not like you're so far overmatched that you can't execute. No, you've got players that can execute against this really good defense. What are you going to do though, offensively, to execute what you're trying to do, to just accomplish what you're trying to do offensively?
Yeah. We'll have to see what those adjustments are as we get this third quarter.
Yeah, we're close.
About underway, but Syndicate need to find some muster. Will we see that?
Muster or mustard?
Muster. We're going to muster to the thing we're doing, right?
Is that a variation of the word mustard?
No, muster, you usually do it on a cruise ship.
Okay, well, I smear it on wheat bread normally.
You do, yeah. Yes, or you muster for war, but now most of us would muster on a cruise ship.
Wasn't muster a civil war? Wasn't it the Battle of Muster? Oh, it's Custer. Okay, never mind. Okay, I'm an idiot.
He was in a war, yeah.
He was a general.
You didn't want to talk about politics or war, so let's not do it again.
Saying, it's history. It's not like it happened last week.
That's true, yeah.
Hey, my kid's selling Fredericksburg peaches. That's good.
It is good. You were telling me that those are the best peaches in the world.
They are the best peaches in the universe.
Yeah.
So good.
Not
Very
too far
expensive.
from here.
No, they're great, though. It's like you want a bag of some of the finest peaches, go down to Mission Del Lago in San Antonio, Texas, and we'll get you some great peaches.
Get you some peaches. You can get some wine down in Fredericksburg also.
Yeah, peach wine. They've got the best peach wine in the world.
Oh yeah, it's like a dessert wine?
No, they serve it in a box. It's like you get a vat. You get a vat of peach wine along with a bushel.
A bushel of peaches.
Look at Mark. Mark's eating and he's just doing it right in front. Doesn't even care. Didn't even offer anything.
We're gonna change that upside down frown to a smiley face.
See, you know what? Now I'm gonna give him a frowny face. I'm just gonna do a grrr. All right, so they're taking a little bit of time to get out there to start the second half, it looks like.
Yep, third quarter just moments away.
Literally going one player at a time.
Yeah. Well, we talked a lot about Glanville on this Toros side.
No, it's pretty cool.
20 years of NFL experience, still getting it done here.
Yeah.
But their head coach, Bedwell, I mean, he's got quite a lot going for him, too. 5 European titles.
Yeah.
And a former player coach as well himself.
Yeah, the Toros have put together a really nice coaching staff and a really nice, franchise. And some folks have made the trip from San Antonio and from where they're from.
And then on the other side of the coin, you've got the Syndicate, and it's more military focused, right?
Yeah.
A lot of veterans on the coaching staff. As that ball is going to roll just short, you can see they're not wanting to even touch it.
Yeah, so it's got to get past, I believe, the 20-yard line. If it doesn't, then it's a penalty, and the Toros are going to get the ball in excellent field position.
It's going to be potentially their best field position.
Yeah, it's the freaky-deaky new NFL kickoff rules that they started, I think, a couple of years ago, where In college, you line up at the line of scrimmage when you kick it off, and everybody just goes. Well, in the NFL, you have your guys line up, inside the opponent's territory. The kicker kicks it. The team can't start their pursuit until the ball is touched by a member of the offending play. I don't think I said that right.
I get what you're throwing down.
It's a very unlucid explanation of a rule is the best
Well,
way
and we're going to do it again in the fourth quarter, right? When we throw in the Continental shift.
We've got the Continental shift coming up in the fourth quarter.
So for those of you watching, what's going to change?
Well, the main thing is the game is going to pick up a lot of pace. You only get 3 downs to get a first down versus 4. You only get 20 seconds to run, so that's what the play clock is. Offensively, that's a great play defensively to start the second half for the Syndicate. You can have multiple guys in motion on offense. The defense has to be literally a yard off. You can't get up to the line of scrimmage. So just a lot of freaky-deaky rule changes that only the Canadians can bring to our beloved American football.
Well, and why do you think the league has brought these rules in? I mean, I think the obvious correlation is the CFL.
Yeah, creativity. I mean, you want to give people, like you and I are talking about this right now, and it's fascinating to me. I want CFL's 12th man on the field.
That's what Mark wants.
That's what Mark wants, yeah.
Art,
quick throw out to the right, that ball, it's caught.
So much time for Art, and what a big pickup inside the 30 now for the Toros, just like that.
Yeah, Cardenas kind of snuck out from that tight end position. It all starts with time. It all starts with, having protection. 1, 2, 3, stops, pump fakes, throws down, and there he is. That's a big target with not good hands, Wendy, with great hands.
Yes, yeah. Big, tall, strong guy for sure. 6'4", 265 pounds.
Yeah, from
UTSA standout.
Went to UTSA, played high school ball at Brandeis. A lot of runs in the playoffs with some really good football teams. And again, his dad was one of the greatest offensive and assistant coaches I've ever seen in San Antonio.
Another check down pass. Not going to pick up a lot of yardage, maybe for a loss. Second down for the Toros.
Yeah, a little flare out, but again, those types of plays, it may not pick up a lot of yards, but what it does is it keeps that defense honest. It opens up the opportunity to run the football, which, the Toros have done very well.
In rugby, we would say it stretches the defense.
Okay, there we go. Do you have to speak in an Australian accent?
No.
It stretches the defense. I think the Australian accent is the funniest accent in the world. Shane Gillis, the comedian, does a whole bit about how just hilarious it is.
I don't do accents. I'm really bad at them. Yeah. Second down for the Toros. Scored 24 points in the first half. Art, again, just so much time back there. He could cook an omelet and would be not interrupted.
Yeah, he was trying to get that ball to Cardenas once again. Just not the best pass he's made.
Yeah.
Looks like he pump fakes there, throws, and, I say that. It looked like it hit Cardenas in the hands.
He's trying to lead him a bit. Yeah, and split those two defenders.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Australian accent's just the funniest accent. Can you imagine an Australian goth guy?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I'm bloody Dak.
Yeah.
My soul is Dak. I don't know. I just think it's funny.
Third down for the Syndicate. Big stop. Opportunity for the defense.
Hashtag Shane Gillis.
Gonna go end zone.
Ooh.
Great pass.
Yeah, it was a good pass. Just a little bit out of the outstretched arms of the intended receiver. He was trying to get that, I believe, to Ruby. Good defense. But again, what does Art have that Hunt does not have? And that's all kinds of time to throw the football.
Yeah, he's got lots of time back there. No pressure really coming.
Brings up a fourth down, so looks like we're going to have another field goal attempt here.
Field goal attempt.
Another 41-yarder.
He made the first one. Mark has now drawn an omelet, an egg over there.
That. Is that an omelet or a...
I think it's a scrambled egg is what it looks like.
Sunny side up. The ball is blocked.
Blocked. Syndicate on top of it.
That's a live ball.
Nice little return. Pick up a couple of yards for the special teams.
Yeah, and there you go. Use that.
That's right. Build.
As an opportunity to get a score. You're down by 24 points right now, and it's a 3-score game. You score a touchdown, you get a 2-point conversion, you get 3 of them, it's 24 points. So you're still in this football game, but it's a play-by-play thing. We'll see what happened here. Oh, you know what? That was just
funky.
Well, it was a bad hold is what it was. It didn't look like a terrible snap, but it looked like the hold was just bad. And he kicked that ball in to the line, bounced away. So, yeah, it technically is a blocked kick, I guess. Now, you see what they did there? It looks like they literally listened to me. It looked like they got rid of that football. As soon as it was snapped, it was a drawn play where they got that ball out of Hunt's hands immediately.
And that's what you wanted, Gabe, was that speed.
I just want them to get creative offensively to offset what the Toros are doing on that defensive front, which is just constant pressure.
And you can see the wind now on the field. We saw the flags at halftime really ripping. It's in the Syndicate's face.
Mark said that's a bad egg. I don't know what that means.
It's broken.
I was a bad egg in high school.
Hunt has a little bit of time. This is rare for him. Finds the receiver. It's a good pickup of a couple of yards.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take the 4 yards and you put yourself in a position where you can get a first down. But for the first time, like that literally may be the most time he's had to throw the football. You throw a little underneath route, but watch here on 3rd and long. Watch them bring the pressure. Here they come. There you go. There's the 2 linebackers. And
out of the hands really quickly, though, and a first down.
That's how you beat a defense that puts constant pressure. Watch how quickly he gets rid of this football. Snap, step, throw.
No,
boom.
That's
it.
That's sexy.
That's exactly what you got to do to beat that rush. What that play is going to do, it's going to give that defense a little bit of hesitation next time they try and do something like that.
It was Johnson, and here's another quick flick out to the left side. Not going to make it.
Did they have me mic'd up or something in the locker room? I mean,
it's all that experience.
Yeah, no, it's me being old. Yeah, and again, it's football 101. You know, it's not rocket science. I mean, ultimately, now you see Jerry Glanville on the far side as they make that tackle. He's going to now come up with what he's going to have to maneuver to offset them getting rid of the football so quickly.
This is a great start for the Syndicate in this second half.
Is this the first time they've been in that field position?
Massive contact coming in. Both players a little bit slow to get up.
That was physicality. Oh boy,
no.
he's hurt.
No, yep.
Yeah, they both took
big
a shot.
Big hit, yep.
We're gonna get an injury time out here for sure.
That's R.T. Johnson.
Yeah.
For the Toros. Maybe the worst of that contact.
Anybody who says football isn't a physical sport, man, don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Because that was
big hit by both of those players.
Ferocious hit.
Yeah.
You know, and what you do when you start getting rid of the football quicker is you tighten up the coverage. You're not as loose with the coverage. You may drop back the guys from rushing and trying to get in there so quickly. So what you do is you tighten up that coverage and you tell your guys, let's turn loose the lines. Get after it. Go after it and make some big hits, which is what we saw here.
Love seeing those young fans in the stands. Yeah. Central Bulldogs here. I don't know where that school is, but I'm glad they're here.
Yeah, that receiver for the Syndicate is still down. And he's sitting up, which is a great sign. And I can't see the number of the young man that's down, but I'll tell you this, the number for the receiver was Johnson, R.T. Johnson.
Yeah, for Toros.
And boy, and he took he gave a shot, took a shot.
Yeah.
That was kind of one of those, that might be one of those, plays where even though you laid the shot, you took as much punishment as the guy you laid the shot on.
Yeah. But medical staff is out there. Now he's up. Good to see that on his feet.
Yeah, Mark wrote that Jerry Glanville may be a bit overqualified for this job. But you know what? If you love football, you love football.
Yeah.
And, I think he's out here. Let's watch this play. Oh, I don't know that we're going to see. Oh, my goodness.
So helmet to the sternum, that was DeJuan Bell. Took it in the ribs.
That was And it was a clean hit.
Yeah. It just hurts.
Nothing dirty about that hit. It is a clean football tackle.
3rd and long for the Syndicate. 3rd quarter, less than 10 to go. Hunt on the move. Has a little bit of time. Now the pressure going. He's going big on this one. Looking for a receiver in the end zone. Knocked out of his hands.
Yeah, great defensive play. He's looking for a penalty. I don't think that's a penalty. I think that's just a great defensive play by number 21. Knocking that ball down at the end of the play. That's Hearns. Like, everybody's there. That's just a good defensive play.
Just gets a hand in there.
Yeah, that's just good defense. And I think on 4th down and 10, I think you got to go for it here.
Yeah, I think so too.
There's no pun the football here. The coaches are asking for a penalty. I mean, they've let these guys play all game long.
They were tight in the beginning, right? We had that pass interference in the 1st quarter.
Yeah.
They were a little bit tight in the beginning, but then now I think they're letting them play.
Yeah, we got a timeout called on the field. I think this is a great timeout because, this is the best field position that you've had to this point. It's the first time you've been in Toro territory, and you got to draw up your best play that you've got right now, whether it's getting rid of it quick, whether it's assignment block, you get the line of scrimmage to give Hunt some time. This is where you call your best play, because if you turn the ball over here on downs, it's going to be real hard.
Yeah.
Not to say that you can't do it.
Sure.
It's just, A, it's going to be hard because you've given up your best opportunity to score. B, it's just it's the psyche of these are young men.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, we just had our one chance to really make some noise in this game, and we weren't able to do it. It's a big play.
Yeah, this is a big moment. As you can tell, Workman is down there trying to get the troops going, and we learned at halftime that is the owner's son of the Syndicate that was ejected.
Yeah,
so
was ejected,
it's going to be a tough car ride home. I bet he probably drove himself. He's an adult, but
for sure.
Makes a fun story to think about that tense time they're going to have. Here we go. Big moment in this game for the Syndicate. 4th down. They're going for it.
Yeah, for the Syndicate, it's the biggest play of the game, without a doubt.
Best field position they've had. They need to pick up this 10 yards or more. Just had a big shot downfield. Some time. Goes over the top. Is tipped. It's good defense.
Yeah, it looked like it was tipped, but it looked like it ended up in the hands of the intended receiver. It looked like Dorsey had a shot at catching this. Let's see if this ball, it was tipped, but then,
you got to make that catch.
You got to catch that.
And that's been the story of the Syndicate, that wasn't ideal. It wasn't going exactly where they wanted, but they've got to take advantage of these opportunities.
By the way,
not.
How great of a camera work was that to catch that?
Yeah. We're going to step away for a moment. We're watching Syndicate football on United Football Media Network.
When elite athletes want to level up, they train at SKP. From professional athletes to the next generation, SKP is building stronger, faster, more confident competitors. Whether your child is just starting or chasing the next level, train where the pros train. Join the SKP family today.
Welcome back. 3rd quarter, Toros 24-0, but turned over on down, so 1st down.
Yeah, I like, though, that the Syndicate showed some life. They got creative on the play calling.
Wide open receiver for Arndt picks up some major yardage.
Yeah, that's the 2nd time that play. It's just a little out pattern by Cardenas, the tight end. They've seen something. You talk about making adjustments. they're lining him up at that receiver position. He's just running an out pattern, and he's wide open. And you'll back shoulder throw, and that's an easy one.
Yeah, he's a big target to find, but when he's that open.
I think there's a Syndicate player down on the far sideline.
Oh, I see him. He's walking off.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, there we go. Yeah, he's back by the bleachers. Seen some injuries tonight, some big hits coming through. There's our crew picking it up.
Yeah, no, he's down on the far sideline, yeah.
Oh, Champagne's over there. Went all the way across. But I think you're right, Gabe. I like seeing some life from the Syndicate. You know, it's home field team. Want to see something different from them, and I think that adjustment so far, it didn't turn into a touchdown or points, but improvement.
It created some movement offensively.
Yeah.
And, Hunt's a good quarterback, and he's got some creativity. How about Cardenas? 4 catches, 77 yards, a big product from Brandeis High School and UTSA in San Antonio, Texas. They're showing a little bit of creative play calling, which I like.
Yeah.
Check that box off.
Yep.
And what they've got to do is if they're not able to come back and win this football game, they're down 24-0, just keep building off of what you're doing today.
What separates the good athletes from the elite? Sacrifice. Founded by former CFL pro Bryson Tucker, Sacrifice Training in Pflugerville is Central Texas's premier athletic performance facility. From youth athletes as young as 7 to training NFL pros and Olympians, their educated staff specializes in proper biomechanics, explosive strength, and lightning speed. Don't just work out, perfect your form, and unleash your potential. Claim your free assessment today at sacrificetraining.com. What will you sacrifice to be great?
Are you asking me, or is that just the end of the read?
Yeah, you're going to give up the brown gravy.
I'm
the fish sticks.
I would rather give up my left foot than give up brown gravy. That sounds bad.
I feel you.
You know?
It's so delicious.
Yeah, no, brown gravy is like, I don't know, life-altering.
Yeah, it's so good, right?
Anyways, getting back to, I'd like to see the Syndicate make a stop, but again, they saw some. You can talk about adjustments. That's the third time they've tried to run that play. Second time they've been successful. Is they're finding something where Cardenas is getting open down the field.
Yeah, he is finding some open lanes to get into. First down and 10 for the Toros. Simple little flare-out pass. Tackle comes in, but he's going to pick up 3-4 yards again.
Yeah, and that was a good job. They basically ran the receivers, and they ran a little, down, and they flared a back out of the backfield. You clear out those defenders, and your back has a chance to pick up 4 yards like he did on that play.
It's Andrew Henry out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, played at the University of Tennessee, University of New Mexico, and also ULM, University of Louisiana Monroe.
Okay.
2nd and 6-ish, looks like.
Yeah, we'll say 2nd and 6-ish. That's a good way of putting it. 2nd and 6-ish in the city.
The scoring rate for the Toros has slowed down a bit as the run finds a nice seam. It's going to get him inside the 20. Toros marching down.
Yeah, that's just a belly give. That's giving it to your tailback and letting him go right into the heart of that defense. There's not a lot of. That's just man on man. My offensive line is better than your defensive line, and we're going to get a big pickup, and that's what they did.
It's Henry twice in a row.
Yeah.
One with a pass and now a run. You can see them waiting for the play to come in from the sideline.
Yeah, one of the things about football is people try and, you can oversimplify football like that. And I think that's not the worst thing in the world, is to sometimes give a belly give, see what your lineman can do.
Aren't directing traffic, scrambling. Going to pick up just a few yards himself. We haven't seen a lot of him on his feet like that tonight.
No, but what that tells me is the kid can move a little bit.
Yeah.
He got flushed out of the pocket, goes right, sees that he can pick up a couple of yards, and he goes out and does it.
Checked all the receivers, didn't see any open.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of quicks there. Yeah. He's not as quick as I am, but he's certainly move a little bit.
Lightning up here.
That's it.
Third inside the red zone. Toros have done well in this area tonight. Syndicate has come up with a couple of stops, forcing field goals. See what they can do here. Give it to Price. He's already got 2 touchdowns. Tries the fend.
Yeah. Good job. Good job of just stretching that play out, and your defender's coming up and making a stop.
Go fourth down.
You know? Is it fourth down or third down?
Should be fourth, I believe.
Let me see. It's third down. Yeah, it's third down. Thank you, Mark.
Give us 3 knocks.
Yeah. So if you're the Syndicate right now, you got to get a stop. You got to do whatever you can to keep him out of the end zone. If you give up a field goal, that's fine. It kind of keeps you in the game. But I think a touchdown may make it a bit of a tough stretch.
Arndt's going to fire it right over the line. Doesn't meet the defender or the receiver.
Yeah, did the ball even make it to the receiver?
I know. I think it went behind him, or well in front of him. So I think it was just mistiming. Oh,
yeah, it looked like something like happened at the like he tried to hold it back, and it just kind of not slipped out, but just kind of came out funkified, if you will.
Yoinked it.
Yeah, he yoinked it.
Yeah.
Is that a rugby term?
No,
oh.
I just made it up.
Okay.
No. Fourth down for the Toros. Going for it again. They've done this all game.
Yeah, and why not?
Yeah.
You got a big lead.
Keep your team under pressure. You can test out.
And if you don't get the touchdown, or they can even get a first down.
Yeah.
Then look at that.
Intercepted again.
And they're going to say he did not keep his feet in bounds.
No.
I'd like to take another look at that because it looked like he did, like he drug that foot. Let's watch. And I'll tell you why this is important.
Ooh.
That is an interception. That should have been an interception.
Would have been 2 for Timoni.
Well, what it would have done is it would have given the team the football at the 20-yard line.
Right.
It looked like he caught it. I mean, now because they said he was out of bounds, they get the ball at the 10. Watch this. Look.
Slow it down.
He's got possession right there.
Yeah, toe drag is on.
And he drags his leg. Now, here's the thing. That is an incredibly hard play for an official, to make. But just to say the correct call was an interception.
Yeah.
You're right. Or the correct call should have been an interception. It was not made. So, what's the difference? People are like, what's the big deal, Gabe? Well, the big deal is that you get the ball at the 20-yard line because it's a touchback instead of, at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it gives them a little more breathing room.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
I mean, is it a moot point at this game? I don't know. We still have a quarter and 5 minutes to play.
I think it could give them the opportunity. But we'll take a quick break here.
Yeah.
You're watching Syndicate Football on United Football Media Network.
Got land or thinking of buying some? With Southwest Homes, building your dream home has never been easier. Introducing Build Now Financing. No construction loan, no payments during construction, no interest while we build. That's less stress and more time to focus on your future. Personalize your home, your way, on your land. Southwest Homes. We make it easy to build on your land. Visit yourswh.com today.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Welcome back. Third quarter, 5 minutes to go. Toros haven't scored in a bit.
Yeah, it's been a bit. The Syndicate, 6 runs, 30 passes, no turnovers, no sacks.
I mean, Hunt is doing everything he can.
Yeah.
To just try to keep it alive.
I'm bringing this back one more time. Now, he's got possession right there, and he's dragging that left foot. Yeah, I mean, but again, I guarantee you that's a play that the NFL, it would have to be. Oh, look at that quick hit.
Yep, that's really nice by Hunt.
Yeah.
They're going to pick up the first down. We saw this coming out of the locker room. Yeah. This is exactly what they did.
Yeah, crossing patterns just to get it into his hands at the quarterback position and get it right back out of his hands as that ball was caught by Ivan Thomas, I believe, the tight end.
Yep, also a new player this week,
Yeah.
6'4", 227 pounds out of Pinecrest, Florida.
If the Syndicate if they don't come back and win this game, I do like the adjustments that they've made. Yeah, that ball was thrown a little high, and that right there is an adjustment by Jerry Glanville in that defense. All right, you're going to get rid of it quick. We're just going to press the coverage for everyone, and we're going to make you throw perfect balls. Football is a game of chess, and when you make a maneuver, when you make a change, it's like rugby, it's like basketball, it's like anything.
Yeah.
You make an adjustment, the other side is going to make an adjustment, and I guarantee you there isn't a better coach in this league than Jerry Glanville to make adjustments.
Second down for the Syndicate. Hunt having to go way back. Now he's just going to toss it up. Oh, it's danger territory. They're asking for a call. Sideline losing their mind.
Yeah, they are. I just don't think that's pass interference. I'd like to take another look at the end of this.
I think a flag was thrown.
Well, it may be thrown for unsportsmanlike conduct. So this. You know what? I take that back. It looked like
shoved him.
It looks like his jersey was pulled. Yeah, it looked like his jersey was pulled at the end of that play. I think that, I take that back. I think that was pass interference.
Yeah. Some critical calls.
Or no calls.
Yeah, haven't gone the Syndicate's way.
Yeah.
It's been a tough going for them. So they'll get another chance here. 3rd and long. Syndicate, as we've been saying all night, needs something to happen.
Yeah.
Whistles.
I'll delay it. Yeah, so what they're saying is they should have reset the play clock, and they called a delay of game. And the referee, you see Hunt kind of raising his hand, like his one hand up in the air. What he's signaling is that they should have reset the play clock. And I kind of agree. I mean, I agree with him, but the referees didn't do it, and it's going to go back 5 yards. So it's one thing after another that's happening to the Syndicate right now.
Yep, backed up. 3rd and long now. 3rd and about 14.
Yeah.
Hunt's going to drop way back, and he has no choice but to try to throw it ahead. Now we've got flags flying in everywhere.
Yeah, that was. It might be just a hint of a makeup call,
Yeah.
Sometimes these referees, when you have coaches yelling at you, how can you not call that? The next play, they're going to be a little more mindful of contact, of what's going down the field. But they, for whatever reason that they felt that was a penalty, it's going to be a pass interference, and the Texas Syndicate are going to keep the football.
Gives them a little more time, keeps the drive alive. Take another look at it.
Yeah, we caught that at the tail end. There was some contact, but, we'll take it.
Yep. Syndicate will definitely take it here. 1st down.
So now you're getting rid of the football quick. What do you call here? Do you run the football? Because you're running out of time. You got 3 minutes remaining.
Yeah. Big opportunity for the Syndicate. They send the blitz. Hunt goes quickly again. It's caught.
Again, love the play calling. How do you eliminate that rush getting to you? You take the snap and you hit a receiver running a crossing pattern. Watch this. Again, the football is not rocket science. Here comes a blitz, getting rid of the ball quick, throws a good pass to a receiver who's crossing. Good things happen.
Yeah, that's a great snag by Russell. They'll go again. Pick up another maybe 2 yards.
Yeah.
They're right there. It's going to be 3rd and short.
Yeah, they're just, again, getting rid of that football quick. They're trying to eliminate what Glanville and that defensive front is doing. But eventually you're going to have to take a shot down the field. I mean, you're down by 3 scores right now.
And they're starting to spread the ball around a bit. We're seeing different receivers stepping up with Workman out now. Run play. That's going to be really close.
Yeah, I think he got it. Looks like they're gonna give him the 1st down on that.
Perfect pickup for the Syndicate. They keep it alive.
Yep. A buck. We are a minute and 45 seconds away from our first Continental shift.
It's going to be a lot faster in that fourth quarter. We're going to see motion, a little bit more space at the line of scrimmage as well.
You have a 1 yard space. You got to line up 1 yard off the ball. You only get 3 downs to get a first down. We're going to be playing Canadian Football League rules. A lot of motion. You only get 20 seconds on the play clock versus 35.
3 downs, so you'll have to go quick. Run play.
Oh, nothing doing that time.
Nothing coming.
Yeah, just a great job of that defensive front crowding that line of scrimmage, almost anticipating that a run was coming.
Yeah, felt like they knew that one from the jump. Second down and about 12, maybe 13 yards. Syndicate just coming out of their own end again. It's just been the story of the game. They just had horrific field positioning. But it's been a bit better in this second half. Hunt's going to try to find some space himself. Now releases it. There's the first down, the hurdle. It's a fantastic play.
Yeah. It looked like Hunt was going to go. What that type of play does is when he takes off, the defense stops thinking they're going to go. They come up, and he's able to flip that out to a wide open receiver. And then just an athletic play at the end of that for Ivan Thomas. Man.
Yeah, it's some major ups there.
That might be their biggest play of the game. I'm almost sure that's their biggest play of the game.
Yeah, it has to be. So again, they move the chains. 1st and 10 for the Syndicate. Hunt drops back. Long throw. Tries to find an edge player. Can't haul it in. That bring us to the end of the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter.
We're going to stay here. But this fourth quarter, we've talked about it a bit here.
Yeah.
The Canadian football rules going to come in.
Yep.
When elite athletes want to level up, they train at SKP. From professional athletes to the next generation, SKP is building stronger, faster, more confident competitors. Whether your child is just starting or chasing the next level, train where the pros train. Join the SKP family today.
The best high school football coverage can only be found on Texas Sports Productions, on the app, streaming, and on TV. Your favorite high school sports only on Texas Sports Productions, each and every week for free.
So, Gabe, these new rules, the continental shift that's coming in, who do you think this favors?
I think it favors the Syndicate. I mean, you know, the Canadian Football League is meant to keep things going. Right now, you're up 24-0 if you're the San Antonio Toros. You want to slow this thing down to a crawl. You want the longer time to run the plays. So, you know, one of the biggest rules right now that's going to affect the competitiveness of this game is that the play clock is only 20 seconds.
Yeah.
20 seconds, you got to call the play, get up to the line of scrimmage, and let's go.
Let's move.
You know, and you now can get creative offensively when it comes to motion. You can have multiple guys motion. So just so you know, guys, the fourth quarter of all Continental Football League games will be played by the Canadian Football League rules. It's called the Continental Shift. So what you're going to see, some of the basic things that you're going to notice now, outside of the funky extra point plays that you're going to get on kickoffs and punts, is that you're only going to have a 20-second play clock, so they got to get rid of the ball quickly. The defense has to line up a full yard off of the ball. So you already see, number 37, who's used to being close to the edge, McHaney, he's got to line up a full yard off. You can have multiple guys in motion, almost like a arena football league kind of rules. So you're going to see some change here.
We've been seeing Syndicate move the ball faster. There goes Hunt. He keeps with it. Did he make that snag? Nope, couldn't quite bring it in.
Yeah, and the first thing you see, the guy on the far sideline, the receiver, I didn't see who it was, but he took off running down the field. You can do that.
Yeah, he looked like he was going for a sprint.
Yeah, those kinds of creative plays, what they do is they soften up that defense. I'm telling you, if the well, let's see, you got now the play clock's at 5. They got to hurry up.
It's 3rd and 10. So this is the last down.
So they reset it at 25. So whenever the referees have to stop it and reset the football like that, it goes to 25 seconds. Still a little bit longer, but it's either 20 or 25 seconds. I know that sounds like I'm making these rules up as I go. I am not. I promise you.
And there's those receivers. They leave early. Hunt just has to fling it out there and hope his receiver can come back for it. He can't.
Yeah, Glanville is smart enough to know that if you're going to run your receivers like that, 2 of them, they're going to go down the field. You know that Hunt is going to try and set his feet and make a play. What do? You go back to rushing 6 or 7 guys there at the same time, put pressure on him, and force him to throw the football away like that.
Turnover on downs.
Yeah, because that was 3rd down.
Yeah, third,
no, excuse me. That was
third. Yeah.
So in Canadian football rules, you get 3 downs. First down if you don't make it. Second down if you don't make it. On 3rd down, you got to punt the football.
Yeah.
That was 3rd down. The ball goes over on downs.
And you can try to kick it through the uprights for a los dos.
For a los dos, that means the 2.
Yep. So there's some creative scoring opportunities, but you'd have to do a bunch of those if you're the Toros. To get 24, we'd have to do it 12 times. Toros, though, get back to it. They'll be 1st and 10.
Yeah, play clock's at 25 now. So watch this.
There's the motion. Everybody's moving. Arndt continues having all the time in the world. Nice little pickup. Going to get about 5 yards.
Yeah, and they've got to hurry up because the play clock is now at.
It's moving.
It's just been reset, so they got to hurry up. So they kind of ran the same look where you get 2 guys in motion and fly down the field. Arndt does a good job of getting rid of it quick right underneath one of the running backs.
Yeah, it's Andrew Henry picking up a couple of yards after contact as well.
They got to hurry up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's a penalty. That should be a penalty. There's the
whistles. Everybody's new to this, including the officiating crew.
Yeah, there is going to be absolutely no, you didn't give us enough time because, you're right. Thank the Canadians for that, people.
So 5-yard penalty and repeat of down.
Yeah.
So still be 2nd and 10.
Yep. Well, I'll say 2nd and 9. How's that?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. See, Arndt's not even at the line. Here he comes. And see the receivers. We've got some hanging out sort of in the back. Look how deep they are. Eccles was way back there. They're going to run it.
Yeah, a little end around, if you will. Creative play call. The clock stops. Goes to 25. Let's go.
They'll go again. Eccles scored a touchdown early.
Is it 3rd down now? Yeah, so they've got to get a 1st down here or the ball turns over on downs.
Yep. 3rd down.
Okay.
3rd and 4.
I keep looking at the play clock because it's already down to 4. They've got to hurry up.
And they're not. I don't see the urgency here. They're trying to get a timeout now.
Did they call the timeout? Yeah, they did.
Okay, they got it. But yeah, I don't feel like they're being as urgent as they need to be.
Well, it's just weird.
Yeah.
You know, you're learning. This is literally probably the first time 100% of these players are playing by these rules.
You scrimmaged it, you did it.
There isn't a single youth football league that says we're going to play maybe up in the north.
Sure.
There may be one or 2 or a dozen, but there's nothing here in South Texas, that plays Canadian Football League rules.
Yeah, and you've got all these players in motion where normally you just have the normal ones in motion, right?
Yeah.
So it's changing everything, timing.
It's freaky deaky is what it is. Yeah. I'm telling you right now. I'm not saying I don't necessarily not like the freaky deaky. You know what I'm saying?
It's interesting.
It's new.
It's interesting. I think
it's new.
Yeah, it's different. I think it does give teams an opportunity. You could play hurry up football and score some points here.
Yeah, you can.
Nobody's done it yet, but
and it's like anything. It's repetition. The more times you do it, the better you're going to get at it.
3rd down, so this is the last down, 4th quarter for the Toros.
They had 4 guys in motion, just so you know.
Art finds his receiver. It's Eccles. Picks up the first and a couple of yards.
Yeah, they had 4 guys in motion on that play.
And Art's, just look at all that time he's got.
Yeah. And he's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
He's solid. You give him a little bit of time, and he's going to find an open receiver.
First down.
I got to hurry up. 5, 4, 3.
Oh, just in the nick of time. Art's going to look over here for Kadardis. Hauls that one in.
Yep.
But they've got to go again here, second down.
So they're setting the play clock. See, yep, they just got it. Boy, look at that, man. Our camera crew is flipping awesome.
Gets the play clock and Art getting the snap. That's pretty sweet. 2nd and 4 for the Toros. 24 points. They haven't scored in this second half yet. There's all the motion.
Yeah, I think they were offsides there. I think the motion was a little too much motion.
Too motion-y.
Too much motion in the ocean there. Yeah.
Motion-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Toros are just getting it in just under the wire. And you know, off air we were trying to say.
It's Mark, but just not to get you off it, but I've called gunslinger football, which is the indoor football.
Right.
Like, it's the same type of thing. So I've actually seen this in one season. Thank you, Mark Kusenberger, for pointing that out. This is all legal. I'm not sure what the coach is telling the referee, but I'm sure it's, I hate Canadian Football League rules.
Yeah.
I'm certain that's what he's telling him.
Second down.
You know, you want a good pot of poutine, let's go to Canada. I just don't necessarily know if Canadian football rules is what I want.
Henry running over from the sideline to get into that tailback position. Here comes the handoff. It's Henry. It's going to be just short of that first down, so it'll be 3rd and 2.
You ever had poutine before?
Yeah, it's good.
It's very Canadian.
Yeah.
Look at that. Just hat-on hat blocking at its finest. Second down. Is it second down or third down?
Third down.
Okay, here we go. Got to get a first down here.
Yep.
The ball goes over on downs. Thank you, Canada.
We haven't seen any punts yet on third down. They're all going for it, which we've been talking about. Toros makes sense here. They're going to just go for it every time, and so will the Syndicate. Aren't just
there we go. Ball turns over on downs.
He wants a flag. I'm not sure for what. The pass was very short.
Yeah, it was underthrown.
Yeah.
And, you know, ball goes over on downs.
So
he had time.
Each possession has gone down.
He had a receiver. Oh boy, that should have been pass interference.
Was it? Did he?
Yeah, you can see the coach upset on that far sideline, and he has a good reason to be upset.
He's just giving him a hug.
Well, let's watch the end of this play, Wendy. You can't impede the receiver like this. He throws it. Contact is made before the ball gets there.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so crazy how analysts are quick to say, you know, quick to say, oh, that was a poor pass, until you see a receiver run into it, and you think, wow, that would have been an excellent pass.
I heard you're singing the Canada.
I'm singing
3-minute warning.
The O Canada song. Yeah, that's right. Wait, is it O Canada or Blame? I'm going to sing Blame Canada from the South Park. That's what I'll sing. Yeah. Either way, timeout is called on the field. Got to slow things down a little bit. Let's all take a deep breath.
That's right.
It's not the end of the world, folks. It's just Canadian football rules, okay? At least we're not playing Australia. That would be the real shift, is if we played Australian rules football in the fourth quarter.
You have to dribble it, and then you can kick it forward.
Yeah, and you can have as many scrums and miffs. Are they called miffs?
All right.
I'm not going to say that, Mark Kusenberger, but that's very funny.
Syndicate's turnover on downs. It's their shot here. They've got to make something happen. 10:55 in the fourth quarter. Continental shift in effect. There goes the motion of the wide receivers. Hunt has stuck in it all day today, trying to find somebody underneath.
Yeah, just that pressure is just getting to him. And I don't care how great Patrick Mahomes would have trouble getting rid of the football with that type of pressure. And again, from a player standpoint, I think the athleticism matches up real well. But when you're going up against a coach like a Jerry Glanville, who's coached some of the best defenses we've ever seen, it's tough. Yeah,
he doesn't have a lot of options. He was trying to find Blady Moore out of Reedley College.
Because of Canada, we have Celine Dion. Did you know that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Heck yeah, I knew that. Here
And
comes
Brian
Hunt.
Adams.
Scrambling again. Big sack.
That's just winning at the line of scrimmage.
And it's the first sack of the game.
Yeah, and boy, I'll tell you what a great time for Salahudin to get back there. Just a great athletic play, and it's third down and forever, and you got to punt the football.
Yeah, they'll have to punt, and the punting has not been great tonight.
Yeah.
I think our longest was maybe in the 20s.
Yeah, I believe so.
So an area for improvement, and they're trying to hurry. Look at him. You can see the snapper. He's like, get out here.
I mean, everything happens quickly.
Yeah, there goes the delay of game is going to happen. Potentially, I guess they got it off. I don't know, but the punt's not bad.
And it's also going to be it's going to be a roughing the punter penalty. So they were going after the block. That's easily the best punt of the day for the Syndicate. But there was a flag in the end zone, so they're gonna if this is a personal foul, it's going to be an automatic first down.
Syndicate could be alive.
So there was a player on the field at the 23-yard line for the Syndicate, but they missed it.
Oh, trying to get everybody on.
Yeah.
So we'll do it again.
Well, yeah, we're going to see. Let's see. There was a player. Yeah, look at that. Should I come on, Coach, or should I go off? He was. So let's watch the end of this. Boom, the ball is away. Oh, boy, they went at his legs. That's got to be a personal foul, an automatic first down.
Yeah, here they're moving the chains up. Here comes. Yeah. So Syndicate stay alive. They've got a chance here. 3 fresh downs. They're only going to get 3.
So I don't know what his question is. It could be there was a player on the field when that play started, which he's got an absolute beef. But if he's questioning whether or not that was a personal foul, it was a clear personal foul. He went into the punter's feet.
Yeah, cleared him out. Yeah. Still questioning the call.
What would you say is Canada's greatest export?
Ooh, I mean the maple syrup.
No, John Candy. Come on.
Oh yeah,
Eugene Levy. Comedy.
We talked about this.
Comedy is the greatest.
Eugene is good, and his full family is hilarious.
Comedy is the greatest export from
Schitt's
Canada.
Creek.
Martin Short.
Schitt's Creek is the best.
That is a fantastic, one of the best shows I've ever watched.
That's such a great show.
Yep.
Syndicate. Gonna just go up the middle himself. Little head fake.
Yep.
Hunt getting down on his feet.
I don't know who Robbie Robertson is, but I know who Neil Young and Joni Mitchell are.
Joni Mitchell. Yeah, Neil also.
Here comes Mark.
He's going to tell you who Robbie is. Got a different quarterback in. It's William King. You can see the footwork on King as he gets his first shot at quarterback tonight out of Hugo, Oklahoma.
I just got scolded by Mark Kusenberg.
Also played for Lincoln University of Missouri.
You got to hurry up. 5 seconds.
Play clock. They get it off. Spin move, double spin move.
Yeah.
Back to the line of scrimmage.
It's just all at the line of scrimmage. I mean, they are just, again, the dominant. You know, my biggest key to the victory at the beginning of this game was what? How good or bad are the offense and defensive lines going to be for both of these teams right now? Yeah. That's been the difference. The difference in this football game has been the offense and the defensive lines.
A little bit of a dance there by Robert Rios. The punt comes in now. We're going to try again. It's a better punt. That's the best punt of the night. Has to actually drop back. It's live ball.
Boy, that was a near disaster.
Yeah. Graham holds on to it, manages to keep it. But best punt of the evening for the Syndicate. They're actually going to put Toros backed up on their own end for the first time in this game.
That was the best play on special teams for the Syndicate all game long. Perfect snap.
47 yards.
Good block. Yeah, we know he can punt now, for sure.
He can do it.
Yeah.
He's got a cannon. Just needed to deploy it earlier.
Well, it's funny because the score's 24-0. If the first muffed punt, blocked punt, if you get a good snap and a punt like that, I mean, Wendy, the outcome of this game,
totally different.
I think the Toros are still probably ahead at this point, but you never know how those types of plays can change the dynamic in the course of a football game.
Well, if they're punting short field, they're going to put them back in the 20s.
Yeah.
They've gotten the ball in Syndicate territory almost every single possession, so it could have really made a huge difference.
Folks, the San Antonio Spurs are going back to the NBA Finals. Oh, my goodness.
Spoiler, handoff for Arndt. Now they're just going to chew this clock up as they get the first down.
Snap right up the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, again, that's not fancy play calling, Wendy. That's what's the most basic play in rugby?
You just run it. You run forward.
Okay, that's exactly what you have here. It's a belly handoff right between the tackles, and wow. 111-103, the San Antonio Spurs going back to the finals, folks.
Screen. That's where the Syndicate have done really well tonight.
Look at that. That's, and you ask, who does this quick play calling it's more advantageous to the team that's behind, because the team that's trying to slow everything down, you don't have the opportunity to slow anything down.
Yeah, you can't. Second down, 2nd and 9 for the Toros. Got plenty of time on the play clock. See those players.
Yeah. Got to hurry up.
Yep, now they got to hurry.
Wendy, I'm not going to lie. I may joke a little bit, and I may say a few, stand-up comedian things, but I kind of like this.
I like it too. That's Carpenter. Great snag. Gets a couple of yards.
I like the new rules. I like the quicker pace. I think it brings a very unique value to the Continental Football League. It's something that nobody else is doing.
That's a great throw.
I'd like to think of myself as a football purist, but I kind of like it.
I think it gives the other team an advantage, right? Because now we're not watching them just run the clock down by run. I mean, now they have a run play. Oh, it's a good pickup, 7 yards for Keelan Harris.
One thing I can tell you right now is the Toros in this football game were more prepared.
Yeah.
And this is a glaring example of their preparedness, is the play calling offensively, outside of a couple of, flubs understanding the timing of things. They're play calling very good in this football game right now, in this fourth quarter with these unique new rules.
Yeah, one delay of game for them. Now it seems like they've gotten it figured out. Another run. Bouncing to the outside. Now the first down comes in for Graham. He's been really good tonight.
Yeah.
No surprise. Played for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
When you lace on cleats in the NFL, I don't care if you're just running special teams, you are in the top 1% of the football players that have played this game. And you're pretty good at this sport.
Well, and even if you're just in the NFL for a blip, which some of these players were, right?
You're on a practice squad.
That's right, exactly.
You're there.
You're getting the reps. You're getting that high caliber coaching also.
How about Graham? 8 carries, 41 yards.
Yeah, he's had a good night. Arndt going to look straight down. Interception by the Syndicate. Have some opportunity here. Does very well to stay in bounds.
Yeah.
Something the Syndicate can build from. That's their second interception of the night.
Was that Arndt with the tackle? Somebody laid a shot on that sideline. Was that the quarterback?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it was. Here he is. Yeah, he bounced up.
Let's watch the end of this play. He kind of one of the few bad passes he's thrown. He rushed a pass over the middle trying to get at Cardenas again. Let's see who makes his tackle. Oh, yeah, I think he dove at the feet, but ultimately it was somebody else, but it looked like Arndt Slowed him down.
It's local product Jacob Berry out of Round Rock, Texas, just up the road for the interception for the Syndicate. That's a big takeaway.
Oh, yeah.
First down for the Syndicate. 4 minutes to go. I don't think we're going to see that many points scored. But I think some things the Syndicate can build from. The hurry up has been much better for them in this second half.
100%. I mean, again, this second half, Wendy, is 0-0, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 24-0 at halftime. And, Coach Champagne can go back and say, they're talented. Guys, we're talented too.
Right.
If a 0-0 second half isn't an indication of how good or bad we are, folks, we are good.
Yeah.
We just have to clean a few things up. We've got to shore up things on special teams. We've got to make sure we make our tackles. We've got to make sure that we execute offensively. We've got to make sure that we make adjustments when we need to make adjustments. But I'm walking away from this game pleasantly surprised at how well and how tough they played in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. The adjustments they've made. There's another King just getting the first down, so he's come in, quarterback change.
Yeah. And it's real easy, Wendy, for any sport, any team. You're down like that. Are they halves in rugby as well?
Yeah, it's halves. Yeah.
You're down big. It's easy for a team to say, you know what, we're done.
Yeah,
we're going to check it in.
Yeah.
The Syndicate did not do that.
No, not at all.
They did not do that. And when we talk with Quincy Workman, the owner, he talks about culture. He talks about being tough. Let's take a break, yeah.
Yeah, we'll take a break. You're watching Syndicate Football on the United Football Media Network.
When elite athletes want to level up, they train at SKP. From professional athletes to the next generation, SKP is building stronger, faster, more confident competitors. Whether your child is just starting or chasing the next level, train where the pros train. Join the SKP family today.
All right, we're back, folks.
That was the 3-minute warning.
Yeah, the 3-minute warning. That's another thing, another Canada rule, folks. It's not a 2-minute warning. It's a 3-minute warning. We're learning just like these young men on the field.
King coming in on this fourth quarter, trying to just pitch it forward. It's a nice little pickup.
No, it's not. It was
Did
actually
he drop it?
No, it was for a loss. He threw it at the line of scrimmage. It was a nice catch. It was a nice pitch and catch, but they didn't pick up any yards. But it's third down, so this is basically American rules, fourth down.
Yes. And this is an opportunity for those CFL coaches to watch this. We know the NFL is watching as well.
Yeah.
These players get tape, get time.
There's a couple of these guys here that I know can play in Canada, without a doubt.
Oh, yeah. There's some NFL prospects here in this league as well. So it's an interesting summer. Football is back with the Continental Football League. King, a little bit of a high snap. He's going to just flush it out. Finds a receiver, but bobbled it.
Wasn't able to haul it in.
Oh.
Yeah, ball's going to go over on downs.
It's kind of been the story for the Syndicate tonight. They've had some opportunities, and catchers aren't bringing them in.
Yep. That's a good way of putting it. Let's see. The ball is there. 1, 2. I can't see if he had possession of it. It looked like it was starting to bobble on the back end of that, so that's probably a really good call by the referees. And outside of a couple of missed calls that we've seen that were like microsecond missed calls, like that interception, I think these referees have done a pretty good job. They could have let this game get out of hand. It was very physical, very emotional early. This is a rivalry.
Yep.
I think they did a really good job of keeping the peace, so to speak. So
well, we did have the ejection also.
If I'm giving the grade, I think it's a B. For these refs.
Yeah. And the ejection may have settled things as Workman went out early for the Syndicate. He was tossing hats. Arndt drops back. Doesn't see too much, so goes himself and picks up a few.
See, I think that's a scary play for Arndt. I don't like that call. You got this game. You got this game won. There's a minute and a half left. I know you're trying to work on some stuff, and that's because that's not Arndt. That's a new quarterback in the game.
Oh, is it? Okay, there you
go. All right, that is a Nate Hayden.
Oh, it's Hayden. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what the change is.
Man, I was like, that's Will Arndt. That's a slide, brother. You don't need to go head first.
So 2 new quarterbacks, not unexpected in this fourth quarter. It's going to be a sack.
Yeah, good play defensively by the Syndicate. And Wendy, one of the things I'm not going to walk away is I'm not going to say they didn't play hard. They played hard this entire game.
Yes.
They
could have phoned it in.
Absolutely, especially in the second half. It was a mishold.
Yep.
But, a $114. We're close to winding this thing down.
And Hayden had a 49-yard punt in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Comes out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was the pooch punt. I think that may have been the only punt for. Was that the only punt?
Yes, you're right. Yeah, he played in Germany for a couple of years. Fresno State product. Pass over the intended receiver's head. It's over Henry's head.
And it's third down, so I think the ball turns over on downs.
Yep. Time for the Syndicate to take over. 51 seconds to go in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, these are some. Again, the rules are a little. They're. I think it's a fun shift.
I like it.
I really do like it.
Yeah, I think it's right now we would just be watching the Toros just grind this out, and that's boring, right? Yep. I think this is way better. I think this is exciting. I like this new change and focus, and of course it's that marrying of the Canadian Football League as well. Syndicate, they've got some things they can work from. They're going to play next week against the Tall City Black Gold in Midland.
He erased the sad
finally.
face. Thank you, Marky.
Yay, Mark. He likes us.
We have earned the favor of one Mark Husenberger. If I'm Coach Champagne and I'm Quincy Workman, I'm going to say, guys, I am encouraged by the second half of this game.
Yeah.
You guys fought. You guys clawed. You guys, worked your tails off.
Yep.
And they're a few things away from this being a 7-0 or a 14-0 or even reverse it to the other side.
Right. Yeah.
A 14-7, 7-7 game. I mean, this is a low-scoring game. You and I both said, well, this thing could get away.
Yeah.
And I just thought that the fight for the Syndicate was there, and they never gave up.
Yeah,
just got to clean up a few things. That's it.
I think this is a great foundation for the Syndicate to work from as King slings one.
That's a great pass.
Yeah, beautiful pass.
That's a late hit too.
Yep, gonna pick up.
I don't necessarily. I mean, okay. Was it a late hit? Watch, he catches it. 1, 2, he's still in bounds. He tried. I don't like that call.
He did turn into it.
He did kind of turn like he might have turned it up the field. Well, whatever,
Yeah. That was
still giving him a B. Still giving.
You're holding on to your B.
Still hanging on to the B. I look like a college professor at like an unaccredited college. I look like the kind of college professor that works at a college that you're not sure if your credits are going to transfer or not. But I still look like a professor.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Are you, Wendy? Are you?
I don't know.
Because I don't think you're with me.
Let's talk about the gravy again.
Oh.
1st and 10 for the Syndicate.
Gravy you. That's where I need to work.
Best field position of the night for the Syndicate. King tries to find an open receiver. It's going to be an incomplete pass, and he takes a walloping.
Yeah, he was trying. It looked like he was expecting the receiver to cut the pattern off, and he ran kind of more of a fly pattern. Just missed time, but you're not the regular quarterback. You're not the guy that takes all the snaps. So there's going to be a couple of missteps, if you will.
Clock running down, fourth quarter.
That's it. Game's over.
Coming to the end.
We're done.
Toros will take this one.
Well,
maybe. There goes. Yeah, they'll just keep going, maybe.
Oh, yeah. I think you got to run one more play. I think it's another one of them weird Canadian football rule things. Like, you can't.
Everybody's turning around asking, do we play one more time? It looks like we will have another down. Second. Last down of the match of the game. King flares it out. Trying to get it to the out of bounds.
I think that's the ball game now.
Clock is got to be up. You can see players taking their helmets off. San Antonio Toros win their first 2026 Continental Football Game of the Year, and they've done it 24-0. But Syndicate, they've got something to build from.
Yeah, they played very good. Let's take a break and bring it back. Talk about how and what they need to do to clean things up.
Yep, we'll take a break.
When elite athletes want to level up, they train at SKP. From professional athletes to the next generation, SKP is building stronger, faster, more confident competitors. Whether your child is just starting or chasing the next level, train where the pros train. Join the SKP family today.
The best high school football coverage can only be found on Texas Sports Productions, on the app, streaming, and on TV. Your favorite high school sports only on Texas Sports Productions, each and every week for free.
Welcome back to the field. First Continental football game in the books. Toros take this one 24-0, but Syndicate didn't let them score in the second half, Gabe.
Yeah, and you're getting a shot right now of the field, and I absolutely love this. I don't know if we can get more shots of the guys talking on the field, but this is what athletics, this is what competition, this is what it's all about. For the first four quarters, you go out there, you find claw, and you hate that guy on the other side.
Yeah.
You just hate him. And if you're not a competitor, then I don't think you belong on the field. But after the game's over, what you do is if you win or you lose, you go and you shake the guy's hand.
Yep.
You say, good job, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm loving this. Look at this camaraderie right now. These are guys that respect each other. These are guys that enjoyed the competition. Did it get a bit chippy? Absolutely. Yeah. But these guys didn't take it to heart. They didn't take anything personal. It's the greatest thing about sports and competition.
Well, and it's that local homegrown focus of the Continental Football League, right? A lot of these guys have played against each other. They were teammates. They played in high school, going through all these programs. And I think that's probably the best part when I look down these rosters. I mean, it's ATX, it's Houston, it's Austin, it's Dallas, it's San Antonio Metro football is what we're seeing with some flair in there.
With some Canadian flair.
That's right.
And that's what I love about this, because this season plays itself out, and there may be the Toronto Argonauts, there may be Saskatchewan, there may be a team up north of the border that says, hey, these guys are incredibly athletic.
Yeah.
They know our rules.
Right.
Hey, if you like playing in the cold, come on down.
Yeah.
Come on up.
Yeah, come on
up, eat some poutine, and let's play some football.
Well, and it's all going to go to the Continental Cup, right? So now it's a 5-team, but the Continental Cup is where the season's going to end. And then we've got 5 weeks to go.
Yeah.
We've got tons of football in front of us.
A lot of football. And just to get to the Syndicate and what we saw today, Wendy, I love their second half adjustments. I love the fact that I was up here griping like an old man who thought his soup was too cold. They need to get rid of the ball quick, and they did everything that I thought an adjustment needs to be on the offensive side of the football. Did you like my old man impersonation?
Yeah, that was good.
It hurt my throat. It hurt my larynx just a little bit.
Need some water?
But they made the adjustments that they needed to make. What does that tell me? This is a very good, very well coached football team.
Yeah.
James Champagne knows what he's doing. This coaching staff knows. They made adjustments defense. We talked about the offensive adjustments. We didn't talk about how they backed guys off, forced Arndt into some bad passes, an interception. They pitched a shutout in the second half.
Yeah.
Okay? They made good offensive. They made good defensive adjustments. They just got to put it together for 2 halves, and I think they're going to get there.
Yeah, I think they will too as we see some of these highlights.
Yeah, I mean, they rolled Hunt out a lot. They got creative on their offensive play calling is what they did. And that was a great pass, a great route, but an even better defensive play.
Yeah.
And I know they were asking for pass. That's not pass interference. That's just great defensive play right there. This kid here, Will Arndt, got news for you, man. He's the real deal. He might be the best offensive player in the Continental Football League.
We're going to just step away for a moment. You're watching Syndicate Football on United Football Media Network.
Tastes good to be different.
Big Red, deliciously different.
When elite athletes want to level up, they train at SKP. From professional athletes to the next generation, SKP is building stronger, faster, more confident competitors. Whether your child is just starting or chasing the next level, train where the pros train. Join the SKP family today.
Welcome back to the field where we just witnessed San Antonio Toros win their first ever Continental Football match in the revived phase. This is a revival of the 1960s league. Texas Syndicate, though, did well.
Yeah. I think they didn't do all that great in the first half. In the second half, though, it gives me encouragement knowing that this is going to be a team that's going to compete for the cup. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they are.
You tie up a few loose ends on the offensive side. You just keep playing that all-out, swarming style of defense. I think good things are going to happen. And speaking of good things happening, we got some more stuff going on here at the field as soon as we sign off.
Yeah, in about 5 minutes, we're going to have press conferences live on this channel, so stay with us here with both teams. You're going to get to hear the players and coaches and exactly what they thought. But you've been watching Syndicate football tonight on the United Football Media Network.
Good job, Wendy.
Thanks, Gabe.
Hey Prince, do you want to see if Travis wants to do an audio check?
No, where is it? Alright. You guys first. Gotcha. Y'all do first?
Coach, probably wants to see what we came up with.
Who do we have to ask questions?
We got folks.
We got folks to ask questions?
Yeah.
Good. I got my paper ball stuff. I'm good. This is a great
Looking good?
Heck yeah, both players shirtless. This is about to be a good
man. Should I take my shirt off too?
Yeah. Please. Let's wait until midway. Where am I sending you guys? Take the middle. The glare. Devontae, you can take either side. Cool. All right, fine. Do we have another microphone or just that one? No, just leave it on the table.
If you want, I'll kind of cheat over here a little where you can cheat closer. Wherever.
We can just stand right here where the guy in the orange and black is.
Y'all, if you're asking a question, move over here. Who's asking questions? Raise your hand. 1, 2, no? You want to ask a question? No.
All right. All right, welcome to the San Antonio Toros section of the press conference today. Victory 24-0. Let's start with Coach Stan Bedwell. Anyone have a question for Coach?
Yeah, Coach, talk about, it's the Continental Football League. It's the first official game of the Continental Football League. How did that feel for you tonight?
Very, very frustrating.
Oh, okay.
All out. It's great to always get out and compete against another professional football team. The Syndicate, all credit to them. The guys played hard the whole game, and it wasn't a thing when you look at it. You might say, hey, 24-0 at halftime, they took it easy. That's not the case. We tried to score. We tried to score to the final, to the clock hit 0 in the fourth quarter, and credit to them for making stops on defense and making it really hard for us. And so it was good, and really appreciate the competition. It was nice.
Is the frustration with your team's performance, the officiating crew? Tell us more.
I'll just say my team's performance.
Easier on the checkbook, huh?
Yes.
Coach, talk about the Syndicate. Obviously, an upgrade from last week's competition. Talk about what looked different to you from the sidelines compared to last week.
We were going against professional football players. I thought there was a few good players last week, but all 11 guys on the field were guys that can play the game, guys that have played at high levels, and I thought they had a great defensive game plan for us. Our yards didn't come easy, and so we had to fight for everything we got today. And like I say, can't say enough. Hats off to them. They made us work for it.
Talk about your quarterback. It was more difficult on him today as well.
Yeah. Like I said, their game plan was good. A lot of the things that were open last week and things that maybe have been open in practice for us weren't open. So I thought that they scouted us quite well, and they made us work for it. And we made the plays that we needed to win the game, but there's a lot of plays that we left on the field. And I think we had 3 times in the second half that we got down in the red zone and had a drop ball on a field goal and then 2 turnovers that shouldn't have happened. And so there's a lot we got to clean up, a lot we got to get better on, and it's probably good for us because I would assume most people, if you're looking on paper within the league, from the experience of the staff to the pedigree of a lot of the players we have, on paper we're probably the top team. We're probably the favorites. I don't think anybody's going to deny that. And I think for our guys, it was really good for them to come in and have somebody hit them in the mouth some and show us that we can't just sleepwalk through it, that we're going to have to earn everything.
Devontae scored 2 touchdowns tonight. Great performance from you. But how did that feel to be out? And the preseason game was great. You guys ran all over the place. But to have some real competition tonight, what was that like for you?
It felt great. It's a blessing to be able to come out here and play against competition that we did. And the boys was good. They game planned us against us great. We executed. We just got to come out better next time and eliminate any mistakes that we did. But like I said, we played a great team. It felt great. Competing against guys that can possibly be in the pros after this, so it was a great opportunity, honestly.
Devontae, I wanted to ask, the first half was very chippy. I know that Coach could see what he was from the sideline, but you were out there. What do you think made this game so chippy? Do you think it was that it was official week 1 CoFL teams, or you guys were talking trash online? What do you think happened?
It's a little bit of everything, honestly. You know, we had a little trash talk online. First week, you know, always get the first week jitters out. You got to get those out, you know what I mean? Playing against pros, again, like I said, it's going to be back and forth. That's what happens, you know what I mean? But as long as you get back to your job and play the game, that's all that really matters.
Yeah, and to touch on that, for a game that I thought was very chippy and probably a lot more talking back and forth than I like to see. As soon as the clock hit 0, I thought that there was a lot of respect on both sides, and that's really good to see. That sometimes that's just part of the game, but it's not anything personal. And for me, it was really good to see guys saying, "Hey, catch me in the parking lot after the game," things like that, and then they're out there hugging after the game. And so, it's just competitiveness. It's a sport. That's what's the beautiful thing about football.
And then, Coach, last week you mentioned that in the Continental shift you did not actually have any Canadian-style offensive plays because you had a 4-day training camp, 2-a-days, things like that. To this week, we saw you guys moving towards the line of scrimmage. We saw some different play calls that actually were different going into the fourth quarter than the first 3. What did you think of the play, how they ran the plays with Canadian rules, and what would you like to see next week?
Well, we practiced it for 15 minutes so far. So I think every week we'll get better. One great thing is that, our quarterback Will, and all 4 of the receivers that started in that group are guys that at least have CFL camp experience. So that's probably an advantage that we had over the Syndicate and probably over most teams in the league, is that we have guys that have already done that. And they were a lot more comfortable running it than I was teaching it or even calling it. So, they're kind of helping me out, coming along with that. And it's just a process, but now we got a bye week next week, give the guys some days off, and then when we come back, we'll have more time we got the base offense in, we got some variations in, and now it'll be time to get more of the Canadian rules offense in.
Your defense did really well tonight, a shutout essentially, right? Tell us about that and what will be the focus going forward?
Well, the Syndicate's lucky they just had to play them tonight. We got to go against those guys every single day. And Coach Glanville doesn't let up on us in practice either. He comes at it just as hard. So the guy's a legend. He's a great coach, and there's a reason he's been at the levels he's been and how he's stuck in the sport for so long. And it makes it a lot easier for me as a head coach and as an offensive play caller whenever you got a guy that keeps getting you the ball like that. And I could honestly say if they didn't put us in such good field position so many times and get the ball back to us so much, this game might have went down to the very last second. We didn't play well enough on offense to win the game, but the defense carried us, and that's something I got to work on as a coach, being an area guy and being used to putting up a lot of points. It's something that I take personal, that I got to get a lot better with our guys.
Coach, let's go to Devontae. Have you played in the Canadian system before, or did the fourth quarter just blow your mind?
No, sir, I never played in it, but, we prepared as much as we can, so it really didn't blow my mind. You got to get in there, execute, do what you got to do. So it's cool to do. Like I said, they're giving us the opportunity to show that we can play in the NFL, UFL, and also the CFL. So it's a blessing that they're, expanding it, giving us opportunity to show what we can do. But no, it wasn't too much to pick up on.
That play clock's a little more difficult.
Yeah, play clock a little different.
There's a little laundry on the field
yes, sir.
in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that we're all learning, officials as well, because from our understanding talking pregame, it was, okay, when the ball is spotted and the ref moves his hand, the play clock starts. But I think there when we got started, it was like, oh, the tackle's been made, the play clock starts. Yeah. And, if I know any players on our team or on the Syndicate, they heard me yelling a lot tonight. I'm having to talk really quiet tonight where my voice doesn't give out on me. But, I think it's a learning process. What we're doing is something different as a league and for every team. And so there's going to be those mistakes, not just by the players and the coaches, but also by the officials. But, I assume next week it'll be a lot better when you have the Syndicate playing the black gold. And when we come back in a few weeks and play the black gold, I think, it'll be in the same thing. So we're all just working, doing the best we can to make this league the best that it can be and hopefully get guys like Devontae moved on to the highest levels.
Well, safe travels back to San Antonio. Hope everyone gets healthy and you have a week off. Thank you very much. 24-0 is a good win.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. Thank you.
Next coming up will be the Texas Syndicate head coach. And you're...
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Perfect. All right. You should be good to go. Champagne, we're ready for you whenever you are. All right, I'm going to sit. All right, Coach, you ready? Yes, sir.
Which one you want? You good? Good? Get a fit? What do you want?
Take it here. Yes, sir. We'd like to welcome Coach Champagne and Ivan Thomas, tight end for the Syndicate, here for tonight. Coach, last week it was running up and down the field, doing anything you wanted to.
Yes, sir.
Everyone knew this one was going to be more competitive.
Yes, sir.
What are your initial thoughts of what you saw out there tonight?
It was a dogfight. It was a dogfight out there. Physical football game. Nice little chess match on both sides. Kudos to the Toros. They got a great team, good execution, right? Kudos to our guys for staying in the moment and adapting. Started very sloppy, but we didn't waver and we didn't lose our head all the way, right? All three sides of the ball was leaning on each other as best as possible, and sometimes we got it done and sometimes we didn't, but hey, it's just it's a part of the journey.
Talk to us about the ejection.
Mm-hmm.
It was tough because we were up in the booth, so it was tough to hear kind of what was happening. And so the game was physical, it was chippy, there was a lot happening. How did you guys adjust with the ejection, and what do you think about it?
So, like I told the guys at halftime, right? I told them when Coach Bedwell and myself, we were talking with the refs, and they said, hey, every side, the refs were fair across the board. Hey, it's everybody get one strike, either side of the ball. Our guys was notified about that, and situations and circumstances happen, and something we always preach to our guys is, hey, the ref is always right at the end of the day. How you going to respond when the world or circumstance tries to tell you no, whether we agree with it or not, we got to move on, and we got to adapt. So it was an unfortunate ejection. Sloppy on me. I'll take full responsibility for that ejection, right? Because that's not who we are. But I'm grateful that it happened, and that was it after that. It wasn't anymore, because I've seen so many situations where it can escalate and be even more sloppy. So the guys responded late, but we need to do it sooner.
Coach, this is obviously, provided everything goes according to plan, this is going to be a rivalry for years to come.
Yes.
Ivan, give me you just signed recently, correct?
Yes, sir.
And all of a sudden you're jumping right into the middle of a pretty intense rivalry.
Yes,
how did that make you feel today?
It actually made me feel kind of good. It's good for the league too also. You could tell that it's going to be a game that you're going to be looking forward to see. It was great. The competition, the pros, the atmosphere, just something that's good. And I don't know, I think, our team, got a little rattled, but weeks to come, we're going to do better.
Guys, both of you can talk about the momentum shift on the block punt.
Mm-hmm.
It was early in the game. Both defenses played outstanding tonight, but that kind of set the tone for the rest of the first half. Talk about how you adjusted to that, because the second half you guys pitched a shutout.
Yeah. Our field position wasn't great tonight at all. It wasn't the timing and the tempo. Some we preach to that specials unit with the punter, long snapper, or kicker, long snapper holder. In those cases where, hey, you guys dictate the tempo out there as far as pre-snap and post-snap. It happened. Again, seeing some situations where you're in terrible field position in the first drive that may have been, or second drive is very early in the game. And I hate that we gave up a score. In that series, I think we gave up a score like on a third down as well too. So we need to do a better job at finishing. But that could have went left more and more and more. So we got to get started sooner. That's the bottom line, right? Great job to our coaches, our players on all sides, and pitching that shutout in the second half and slowing them down in the second quarter as well. But it's got to be sooner, and that's something Ivan's been here a few days, but he's heard us say, "Hey, sooner needs to be sooner, needs to be sooner." So we'll clean that piece up.
What was the adjustment like in the locker room, right? You can't really change everything, but your guys' adjustment to go quick and to run the ball a bit more was much better.
Yeah, so with that, focus on one or two things at a time. Went in there with a calm approach, right? You could have went there with a rah-rah speech like you see in the movies, but that's not our style. We try to be organic, focus on some areas where offense needs to focus on, defense, win the time possession battle, right? Win the kickoff when we get out there. Defense, hey, win the first play. Not the first series, but the first play, right? I think we had a turnover on downs in that first drive going in the second half. And then with the offense, hey, take what they're giving us, bully ball by committee. Try not to hold the ball too long, and hey, don't force it. Don't force it, take it. So little by little, clock management on my part needs to be better on that piece too. And as far as the down and distance on when to punt or when to take a shot, but that's on me. That's not on the players. So.
And Ivan, how was it playing in the Canadian rules?
It's kind of a little different with the high motion and stuff like that, but it's good for the league, a little versatile. This, NFL rules first and fourth quarter CFL, so it's good for the pros too. Also, to get ready for the next level if they go over to the CFL or just to be ready, So it was good.
It's fun to watch. Is it fun to play?
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of everybody's got different jobs and it's a little freer.
Yeah, it's like a backyard football a little bit.
I love that.
It is.
Coach, I was down on the field there towards the end of the game, down 24-0. Obviously getting into the fourth quarter, there's not a whole lot of hope. But what I saw from your team was fire and intensity and getting after each other, both, hey, great job, and get your butt off the field, and, let's do some hustle. Were you happy with your team's effort and intensity tonight?
Well, I love that piece, right? I'm looking here at the stats. Despite it being chippy and stuff, according to this, we only had 3 penalties for 15 total yards. So kudos to those guys for being disciplined. We're going to be who we are, right? And no one's ever perfect. So people will get animated here and there, but it doesn't prolong. 6 core values that we live by, that I've been instilling, or that our coach staff has been instilling with the entire team since February, March, is energy, effort, execute, together, tempo, tough. So if we stay on those lines, good things normally happen, through the good, the bad, the terrible, and the outstanding moments. So very proud of the guys, all the guys, all sides of the ball, and the coaches as well. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to those guys for being disciplined, still being controlled aggression,
and you have something to build off after that second half.
Oh, absolutely, because everybody believed before, they believed during training camp last week, believed during this game, things didn't go our way, and that belief continued. So it just builds on our foundation to build what we're trying to accomplish with our vibe.
Coach, you got your first road game coming up next week, Tall City. I don't know what their final score was tonight, or if they didn't.
So they had a bye week. Yes. They had a bye week.
They didn't play tonight. So you're going to be traveling to a rested team. What is your preparation this week for Tall City?
Well, we'll get in the film, watch the film, allow the guys to have their load management days that we allot them during our weekly battle rhythm, get their recovery with their ice and things of that nature, get back in the weight room with the group workout days, watch film on them as well. With our football team, guys will be sending us notes either at the same time or before us coaches. So they're really locked in and invested. We're looking forward to that matchup with Tall City, looking forward to traveling, doing our first away game, and getting on the road. I personally love road games, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, I'm looking forward to it. We want to dominate our road record, so it starts next week.
That's a long ride out there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is. It's going to be a dogfight ride, but we'll be there.
You have to stop halfway and stretch.
What? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Guys, I know you're ready to go home. Ivan, any final thoughts about next week?
Just chip at the stone next week. I look at this not a loss, as a lesson. So we're going to just build off that and, continue to get this train rolling.
Coach, any final thoughts?
I want to highlight Ivan, man. So Ivan, he literally, when we say he just joined the team, literally Thursday midnight, yesterday walkthrough technically maybe. So a guy to come in, wait his turn, wasn't on that ego type stuff, and to capitalize not just with the catches, not just with aligning properly, but with his body language. When we think of energy out value, we're talking about body language. So kudos to him for doing that. And, hey, I'm grateful that he's having this moment. I told him there, man, hey, it's your interview, man. Do your thing.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be fun to watch this rivalry for a long time to come.
Mm-hmm.
Best of luck next week. Ivan, welcome to Austin.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Or Pflugerville.
Yep.
Anyone else have any final thoughts or questions? No. Coach, thank you very much. Y'all have a great night.
Thank y'all. Y'all
Hope
too.
Everyone's healthy and y'all have a safe trip.
Yep. Thank you, sir. All righty.
On to the beginning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.